I think they're going to be kicking towards the York City fans, who are absolutely packed in behind the goal away to our right hand side, and the blocks half of this main stand on this near side as well. I've just posted a picture on my Twitter feed at the Crescent 78 showing the respective ends here at Meadow Park. It looks as though the Boreham Wood fans are vastly outnumbered by the York City supporters, and on those pictures you can't even see all the supporters that are down the side sitting in the seats here. It looks to me as though there were well over 1,000 York City fans. Anyway, the game is underway. It's headed forward to Josh Jones, who tries to hold it up on halfway, and then it's lofted forward by the home team. Kitchen gets his head to it, only finds Cox, and City pick up the bits and pieces with Pearce, who's caught late on this right hand side. Now there's got York City players rushing round the referee. They think punishment should be taken here on Brunt. Pearce is lying down on the floor. There was clear contact between the two. Not sure, I think it's probably two players going for the ball. Was it a fair challenge, Ian Dunn?
Well, on first look, Ollie Pearce certainly came off worse. I think Brunt's leg went over the top of the ball. Pearce's leg was sort of going, as the ball was going upwards, Pearce's leg was aimed upwards. I'm not sure if it's... it is late. It is late.
It's definitely high, but it's sort of one of those where Pearce kicks through the ball.
And kicks the bottom of his foot.
Exactly.
Yeah. I saw one.
Yeah, I saw one, but he's up, it's Pearce, and he's fine.
Weirdly, the kind of it... In the 68th minute, that's probably a yellow card.
Most definitely. Kitchen sends it forward. Bush gets in a bit of a scrap with Stones, headed forward by Pearce. He can try and find Stones, but he's got too much on it, and it goes behind, and that'll be a goal kick to Boreham Wood. Luke Garrard having a chat. Oh, imagine he's flipping doing that. He's swearing already down there beneath us. Is Luke Garrard at the linesman. He's got the fourth official right in between the two managers here. They're only about 6 or 7 yards apart, and Stones wins it for City at the back. He just about gets the block on the clearance, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Got away with that one there at the back, did the home team. Fagan Walcott walking around here. He's got a huge bandage on the cut on the head that he had to have stitches in actually after the game at Morecambe. We were expecting to do a post-match interview with Malachi Fagan Walcott, but then we were told we couldn't because he was having stitches in a head wound. He's got the old Terry Butcher bandage on, a big black bandage all around the top of his head, and a big plaster as well on there, covering up the wound. Boreham would have it at the back. Stones tries to put pressure on. The goalkeeper's first touch wasn't great, and Stones just can't get the head to tap it into an empty net. He eventually clears, does Kurd, down the right-hand side. Abdul Malik gets his first touch, and then he fouls a York City player over that far side. Jeff King goes to ground, and York City have a free kick in a dangerous position on that right-hand side touchline. Good start by City.
Very good start, David. And do you know what? Boreham would look a little bit nervy to me. It's been a couple of times it's gone back to the keeper, and defensively they do look that we can have a go at this lot tonight. We really can. I'm still getting you over the choice language of the Boreham Wood manager, David. It's hurting my ears.
Never heard anything like it before, have you, Ian?
No. Yeah. It'll be a long night for that fourth official.
I think I was using similar language earlier on today. We'll come back onto that, I think, earlier in a few minutes. Free kick on the right-hand side of the ground then for Jeff King to take. Bucks is over there as well to take it. They've set up a two-man wall to try and stop the cross coming into the box, but surely City can bypass that. And it comes now by Brooks to the back post, easily dealt with by the goalkeeper. Yeah, we were touch and go whether we were going to make our train from York earlier on today. I was in a bit of a rush.
Sweating.
So I picked up Ian, was planning to pick him up at least 20 yards from his front door. He got a lift for that 20 yards to make sure he made it on time. Literally 20 yards.
My wife looks after me, David. I am clearly the priority. Safety concern.
Can you believe that? It's like getting a lift from this side of the ground to the other because you couldn't be bothered to walk.
Yeah.
I thought you must have been somewhere special. You literally come out off the drive, over the road, into the car park.
Well, my wife knows me well. She knows that I needed to meet you on time, so she was making sure I got to you on time.
Never seen anything like it in my whole life. Kelly, you are a star. I don't know how you put up with it. Throw into York City on this near side. Stuart Menard talking to João Alves. Kitchen gets the ball, dries it up his shirt. City just taking their time here over this throw-in. Rochdale have scored already against Brackley. Rochdale 1, Brackley 0. So Rochdale currently top of the National League.
Someone was saying Rochdale has got to score a lot of early goals.
Kitchen, good header down by Stones, looking for Boateng. It's nipped in front of him by the defender. That'll be a York City corner kick. York City's bright start continues.
Yep. It has been a very bright start. There's still fans coming in, David. York City fans.
Yeah, they are completely outnumbering the Boreham Wood supporters here.
Yeah.
It feels like a home game.
It really does.
If there was a roof on this stand, it would be even louder. There's a small roof on the Boreham Wood home end. The so-called North Bank. It's just like it's mini Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah, just missing the clock up there, aren't they?
Corner kick then, this near side. King swings it into the middle, round the back. It's headed away by Bush. Back up towards halfway where Brooks is. Brooks will recycle it back out to King on this left-hand side. King will run at his man. Holds it then the edge of the area. Gives it to Kitchen. Kitchen tries to skip past Richardson. He can't do so. But then Richardson is getting a right mouthful off his manager because he gives away possession really cheaply on this right-hand side. City now have it with Kitchen. No one tries to stop the cross coming in. Picked up the edge of the box by Pearce. Back to goal. His first touch wasn't great. Boreham Wood man goes to ground. Nothing given by the referee. Alex Hunt drives across the right-hand side of the penalty area. Plays it down the right-hand side. Johnson gets a deep ball into the box. All the back post. And in he goes! Yes! Ollie Pearce has scored the goal for York City. They've started like a house on fire here of York City. Pearce into the centre. There was 3 men. It deflects into the goal. Pretty similar to Arsenal's first goal the other day against Chelsea. It comes back into that far corner of the net. York City have the early lead. Ollie Pearce has his 29th goal of the season. Boreham Wood 0, York City 1.
Yeah, you just can't stop Ollie, can you? And there he is again. Do you know, I think it was Zach Johnson put the ball in, David.
From the far side, yes.
It was very similar to Josh Jones's on Saturday, to the far stick where Ollie Banks was at the back stick. Tonight it's Ollie Pearce. This team's just full of goals, David. Full of goals. Rochdale score one. What do? We score ourselves.
We said they could be got at. We knew that they're dangerous when they go forward, Boreham Wood, but you can get at this side.
Absolutely agree. It's the perfect start for City, it really is. And they've started off so brightly. They deserve it. You know, the way they've started this game has been so sharp. And Boreham Wood, you're right, David, this team, we can go at these.
And Copy and Rochdale, both teams going punch for punch, matching each other, both scoring in the opening 6 minutes this evening. York City 1 up here at Boreham Wood. Rochdale 1 up against Brackley. Bush with a big up and under forward for the home team, looking for Rush, who's flagged offside on the edge of the York City penalty area. Stuart Maynard likes that decision and applauds from just beneath us. I'm sure he's not listening to us, but if he wanted to, he could listen to every single word we're saying this evening, Ian Dunn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all going to be pretty positive because his team, they're doing it again, David. This team are doing it again. They turn up week in, week out. Consistency is the name, and the standard of football. That cross from Zach Johnson, that's our centre back, by the way, dinking the ball from inside the 18-yard box. How he's there anyway?
And the middle of the centre backs, by the way, not Morgan Williams. Have to say as well, that's York City equaling yet another all-time club record, scoring in 28 successive games.
Wow.
It's actually the second time they've equalled that this season, because they equalled it at Truro right at the start of the season, got back ending the second half of last season and the start of this season. It came to an end when City drew 0-0 at Southend in the second or third week of the season. But since then, they have scored every single game, 28 games I should say, not every single game since then. It started, I think, after the Solihull defeat at home back in September, was that? Mid-September, something like that off the top of my head. So 28 successive games that York City have scored in. Well played, Stuart Maynard. Well played, this York City squad.
At any level. That's some going at any level. Absolutely brilliant.
Bush puts that into touch on halfway. Maynard wants the throw-in taken quickly. Pearce leaves it for Brooks, but he just couldn't pick it up. Allows Boreham Wood to get players back. City are right on it here, Ian, in the opening 10 minutes. They lead by a goal to 0.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any worry about that, the game on Saturday, tiring them out or whatever, and not being ready for today, well, they've buried that already in this first few minutes. They look as sharp as...
Stones is dragging Bush across, and then he goes to ground. That's a foul for York City. The referee gives it. This is in a dangerous position, right-hand side of the penalty area, about 4 or 5 yards out. Again, Gerrard's in the face of the fourth official and the linesman on this near side. It's a big shoulder barge from Bush.
Yeah, he's got nothing to complain about. That's just classic, clumsy centre half.
It's classic centre-forward play as well from Josh Stones.
It is. He's drawn the defender in. The defender's fallen for it, hook, line and sinker. Josh Stones, he's big, strong lad. He can put his body in the way, and Bush has just tried to go through him. And
look, he's putting his hands on the officials down here as Gerrard.
Be careful.
I'm not sure you can do that, Luke.
Yeah.
The fourth official's having to have a word with the backroom team as well behind Luke Gerrard.
He's touching the linesman there, not the fourth official. And he's screaming in his ear. It's like, what are you screaming about? You guys just gone through the back of a player. It's a free kick. I'll be more concerned with your defence, how you deal with this.
He's not winning many friends down there.
No, of course not.
He's still on at him, yeah. Right, so King's over it, so too is Brooks again. Brooks raises his right arm. Will it be the Brooks in-swinger? King suggesting it might be the outswinger and telling everyone to run across the goalkeeper with that right arm. King, square ball to the edge of the area. Hunt can shoot, and he does. And goalkeeper saves what is near post. Well worked free kick, but the goalkeeper read it. Really well worked free kick. And the free kick prior to that, David, I'd seen Hunt spare, and they've obviously decided on that occasion to use him. Didn't quite connect properly, but sorry to interrupt. Well played, Ben Brooks, as they went long, and he didn't get caught up by Abdul Malik at the back there. Boateng from Pearce. Pearce is fouled in the centre. Referee allows play to go on because City have got it with King on the right hand side. He's got Gray down the line, but he comes in field, does Jeff King. Jeff King, now it goes to Gray. Gray just outside the penalty area on that right hand side. City looking for a second goal here. Williams, back it goes once more. Back it to Williams around the back. Williams on the right hand side into the penalty area. Around the back of Femi. Can't get it past Bush in the centre. He hurriedly clears into touch the far side of the field, and it goes off a York City man for a Boreham Wood throw in. This is brilliant from City. It is, and that's our other centre half. Inside the 18-yard box of the opposition, putting a cross in. It's the manager's clearly giving them the licence to roam, but it works so well. The team is perfect. So City equaling that 28-game record of scoring in 28 successive games. They're also going for another club record tonight of 14 away wins in a season, which they have never done before. They've done 13 on 3 occasions, 83-84. They've 4 occasions, in fact, 6-7, 24-25, and of course this will be the 4th occasion now, 25-26. They're trying to break that record tonight. You just look at the shape of City. I'm just watching the defence there. For a moment it was 4, David. Then it fills into a 3 because the wing-backs open up. It's just fluid. The hours they must spend on the training ground to make it work so well. Ball goes into touch. Bournemouth having to throw in an attacking position, but brilliant from Zach Johnson to get over there in front of Rush, and he puts it over the stand and into the car park behind that stand for a Bournemouth throw in halfway inside the York City half. Stuart Maynard turns to his bench, picks up his bottle of water and has a word with his assistant. I'd love to know what he's saying right now because he's got a smile on his face. Well, he knows they're rattled, and he can see Luke Garrard's rattled at 10 yards to his left hand side as well. Long throw about to come in here from Bush. That's Gary Elphy kicking here, giving the instructions. The food van, I imagine that is behind the York City away end, doing roaring trade, all that smoke coming into the air. Into the box it goes, free header clear by Johnson. Bush will get a second opportunity after the nod down from Booty. Booty plays it down the line, well intercepted though over that far side by Josh Stones. Back out helping his defence and doing it brilliantly once more. Yeah. Femi at the back, not a great header, but he just heads it into infield, straight to Hiram Boateng in the centre circle. Boateng to Hunt. Hunt tries to pick out his man. Well, it's a lovely ball to Jeff King on the right hand side. He's got Bush right up his back and he fouls him as well. Oh, and the referee's giving it the other way. He said Jeff King's penalised for handling it while on the floor. Now Bush and King are in a bit of a scuffle. No love lost between those two there. That had to be a York City foul, didn't it? Yeah, did Bush come right through the back of him? Yeah, very similar to the one a few minutes ago on Stones. Bush isn't seeing the player, he's ball watching and just going through whatever's in front of him. That should be a York City foul. Referee's got that wrong. Well, it's right in front of the linesman as well. Anyway, they've taken it as Femi Ilasanmin. He's gone back to Bush. Bush will now send it across to O'Connell. O'Connell back to his goalkeeper. Under pressure from Stones, just almost cuts it out again. Curd on loan from Chelsea. He looks nervy as well at the back. That's a nice little nod down, and they can come forward in the centre of the field for the first time this evening with Marshall Miranda, former Braintree man. Lewis Richardson down the right hand side. Cox gets the cross into the box, dealt with by Johnson. It comes back to the edge of the area. Shot will now come in, and it's straight at Harrison Mail from Marshall Miranda. It was easy for Harrison Mail, just had to wait for it in the centre of his goal, and he gets down and picks it up. City lead by a goal to 0. Decent play from Boreham Wood, but City defending really well. The shape and the numbers the managers getting the players to play is just going to make it so hard for the opposition. And you know, when Boreham would get past one player, there's another one there that is filled in. It's going to be great stuff to watch. Femi back to Bush. Now into midfield for Booty. Booty, a long diagonal raking ball, looking for Lewis Richardson. Richardson does well to bring it down. They've got an underlapping run there inside from Cox, but he goes to the edge of the area instead. Round the corner it goes for Brunt. Brunt is immediately tackled in the penalty area there by Kitchen, and then Brooks plays it off the Boreham Wood man, and it goes behind for a York City goal kick. But just to show my point of a minute ago, David, where players are playing all over the park. Ben Brooks, Mark Kitchen, they're all defending the ball. Who won it? Ollie Pearce is in our box defending. Ollie Pearce, the top scorer, goal scorer extraordinaire, is back there defending. And what
what a way to lead your team and lead by example, and everyone follows it. Everyone does the role, and if they see their mates in trouble, they help him out too.
We say it every week. The work rate is outstanding in this York City side.
For a team full of quality, you know, the minimum you should really have is work rate, but their work rate is
long
amazing.
ball downfield from Mail, looking for Stones, who's tried to turn Bush. Stones will hold it up, and he lays it off as well, does Stones, to King. King tries to get the cross in. Ilasami gets his head to it, and it goes. It's kept in play actually by Boreham on that far side, and it'll go out for a York City throw-in instead.
Yeah, if you can add a team that has this work rate and this work ethic to the quality it also possesses as well, that's why we're top of the league.
Certainly. Referee on that far side of the field, Lewis Sando, just making sure that the throw-in is taken from the right place. Brooks has gone across to potentially take a long one, and the Boreham Wood subs are up and having their bibs on, and they've been told to go and warm up on this near side. York City look like they can get an effort on target with every attack. And it comes now from Brooks. Oh, it is a long one. Into the box. Bush heads clear to the edge of the area. Boateng picks it up well. Can send it back out to the right-hand side. Brooks, first time cross into the box. Little flick in the middle. Who's it going to fall to? Back to goal. Stones. Now gets a chance blocked in the edge of the 6-yard box. There's 6s and 7s back there, Boreham Wood. Now Hunt picks it up on the edge of the area. He'll recycle it again to the right-hand side. Brooks again, first time ball into the box. Boateng on the volley. Over the bar it goes into the stand behind the goal. That is Williams, wasn't it, I think, who got the volley in. Wow, what a goal that'd be from your centre-back.
Wouldn't it just? Again, Ben Brooks, not even thinking about it, not even thinking twice. Put the ball into the box and put it into a good area and see if one of our players can react. And that wasn't, a bit over the bar, but my word, it would have been a heck of a strike. They're just giving themselves the chance, David.
Playing out from the back, and then Bush just slices his clearance. He looks so nervy, does Bush. Why are they giving it to him? One back in the middle by Boateng. Pierce to the left-hand side to Stones. He's forced out of the penalty area towards the corner flag. Stones has Brooks down the line. He gives it now to Brooks. Brooks will go infield to Kitchen. Kitchen to Hunt, who's got acres of space in there to try and pick out a pass. He comes back across this near side, does Alex Hunt. Gives it to Ben Brooks. Brooks infield once more to Kitchen. He'll drive forward into the centre of the field. Mark Kitchen. Back it goes to Hunt in the centre circle. Now to the right-hand side to Gray. Gray to King, who's in loads of space. Femi Ilasami comes out to try and close him down, but he can't get there in time. Gray on the edge of the area. Will go back to King. King will swing it in, left-footed. It's a deep one, looking for Stones. It's over his head, and it goes behind off a Boreham Wood man. The referee's given a goal kick. In fact, it must have gone off the York City player last, because there's no real appeals from the York City players to suggest that should have been a corner.
No, maybe not. Stuart Maynard appealed, sir. I appeal.
Boreham Wood 0, York City 1. They're playing out from the back again here to Ilasami. This is a dangerous tactic from Boreham Wood. That's a really heavy challenge there. The York City man's gone down. The referee hasn't blown up because Boateng's got it, but I thought that was a foul again on Johnson, I think it was, of that far side. Kitchen's got it. Johnson's down his haunches, and Kitchen will put it into touch so that Johnson can get some treatment. That was a heavy challenge.
That's horrendous.
And Stuart Maynard's turning around to the Boreham Wood bench. They've said something he's not happy about here.
No, it's a foul. He's gone through it. He's gone through him. My word. That is unbelievable. How the referee's not seeing that? That's 3 times. Butch has gone through 2 City players' backs, and that one just got. He's just not even looking at the ball. He's just taken Zach Johnson out.
Who is the burly guy down here who's
Well, he's biased. Obviously, he can only see. You can't see past Boreham Wood, but that, if you're an unbiased observer, that's a foul in any day of the week.
Stuart Maynard didn't take very lightly to what he said, whatever it was that he said.
No.
He's got the earpiece in as well, so I'm not sure who he's linked up to, because he's literally just stood behind Luke Garrard. Luke Garrard's coming across, and he's now talking to all of his players on this right-hand side. Stuart Maynard's doing the same with his men.
Yeah. And so Zach Johnson's all right.
Pierce is having a chat with Brunt. And now Luke Garrard's having a go at Ollie Pierce.
Yeah.
And now Pierce is pointing at him. He's not happy with Luke Garrard. Luke Garrard's telling him to go away because he's listening to what they're being told by their manager. But there's nothing at all wrong. He's not in there. He's just stood on the halfway line. He's just the nearest York City player. Now Pierce having a go at the 4th official.
No, I think something's been said on the sideline here about you can imagine along the lines of that's not a foul, or get up
from down here in the opening minute.
From down here, just on the Zach Johnson injury there.
I thought it was about the Pierce one down here.
Oh, and Ollie won't forget that either. So that's probably 2 that
And Pierce has gone to have a word here with the referee. Yeah. The 4th official surely would have been able to hear everything that was being said down there, but Pierce is not happy about whatever Luke Garrard has just said to him.
No.
Fourth official's more interested in talking to the linesman, it seems.
It's a bit poor management when that's clearly a foul on Zach Johnson. Could have been a lot worse. It was just.
Well, they're quite happy to put it about. Robbie Savage was quite right. There was a terrific tackle went in on one of his players on Carl McAllister a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That Luke Garrard didn't even think was a foul, and the referee, to be fair, didn't think it was a foul. But it's the most blatant red card you are ever likely to see. So they can mix it, the home team, which you need to do at times. But you've got to make sure you don't cross that line.
Yeah, you've got to mix it legally, and you can't just go around kicking players. I mean, Bush, the two he's had so far, he's not even looking at the ball. He's just gone through the man. He's
still getting treatment over there, is Johnson, as well, on his side. It's up on his waist.
It was a bad one, and he's fallen awkwardly as well. I can't believe that the linesman and the referee didn't see it.
And we say this all the time. It's now City who are going to be penalised by being down to 10 men for 30 seconds. But it's going to be longer than that because he's still getting treatment over there, is Johnson.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, now the referee's coming across this near side. Right, fourth official is now going to get involved. What's going on here then? Is he going to pull him across to Garrard? What's going on here? So the referee's across. The referee had long chats actually before the game, very friendly chats separately with both managers.
I think
it's the Boreham Wood bench that he's going to have a go at. Who's he pulling out? No, he's pulling out Luke Garrard, the manager. There's going to be a card here for the Boreham Wood manager. Yellow card. All the York City fans applauding and cheering as Luke Garrard gets that yellow card. Well, it's been coming from the first minute in.
Yeah, he's
still having a go here. He's still going, is Garrard, and one of his assistants is trying to hold him back. He's still going.
He's maybe trying to butcher him up now because he can't afford to be sarcastic in any way, shape or form now.
Right, throw-in taken. Johnson, I think, has finished having treatment. They've given the ball back to York City. In fact, they tried to kick it out for a York City throw-in by the corner flag. That's poor from Boreham Wood. It's not got there. Harrison Mail's gone across it to get there and has cleared long down the line. Bush heads clear.
I was just saying, I have no idea what they're arguing about, to be honest.
That comes off a York man last. That'll be a Boreham Wood throw halfway inside that York City half. So City leading by 1-0. Ollie Pearce's goal after 6 minutes. We played coming up to 22 minutes, but that was what? How long do you reckon that stoppage was? 4 minutes, possibly, something like that?
At least 4 minutes, yeah.
Ilasammi tries to get across into the York City box, straight to Ollie Pearce, who fluffs his clearance. Brunt plays it off around the corner to Cox. Cox across the box. Kitchen hits Brooks, who's on the floor, and he's able to clear it into touch on this near side.
Yeah, well done, Ben Brooks. He's laid on the ground there and he cleared that ball.
Cox back to O'Connell. Cox was criticised by his manager at the weekend in their defeat to Tamworth. Into midfield it goes, and Boateng does brilliantly to get there in front of Abdul Malik. He gives it to Hunt. Hunt to the right hand side to Williams. Johnson is now back on. Williams plays it long down the line, looking for Joe Gray. He can't get there. He's going to win the tackle though, is Gray, and win it back for York City with the help of King, but it goes into touch for a Boreham Wood throw. Hunting in packs there as Boreham Wood try and clear in the left back position. Bush, crossfield ball, picked up nicely in midfield by Brunt. He'll send it down the line to Lewis Richardson. Richardson has got Brooks for company. Now he has to turn away from goal near the corner flag. Does Lewis Richardson. Still got it. Brooks not trying to put in a tackle at the minute, just happy for him to have it. Plays it to the edge of the area to Rush. Now to Booty. Now he gets it back. Richardson takes on the shot. It's blocked by Johnson, and it falls kindly for Gray, and he'll send it out to the right hand side, to the right back position to Jeff King, and Jeff King will now be able to clear. There was an opening there for Regan Booty.
Yeah, and certainly Lewis Richardson, really good football on this right hand side. They've still got the qualities. Boreham Wood. They want to get less involved in the scrapping and actually start playing football. They might give themselves half a chance.
O'Connell to Bush. Listen to BBC Radio York 81333 on the text. Start your message with the word York at BBC York Sport on X. 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Again, start your message with the word York. You want some of best wishes as well tonight to Sam and Izzy Hendry. Disco Dave Hendry, lots of people will know, who sadly died a few weeks ago. I think it's his funeral this coming week. Used to work at Bootham Crescent for a few years for York City, and he sadly passed away at the start of the month. I'm sure they're here actually in that away end somewhere to our right hand side. Nodded forward by Morgan Williams. Picked up by Ilasanmi on halfway. He comes infield and it's picked up by Marshall Miranda. He sends it to this right hand side, looking for Cox. It's over his head. In fact, it flicks off the back of his head. It goes into touch. That'll be a York City throw in on this near side. Gary Elphick's up on his feet, giving out instructions down there.
You certainly hear it when
City
Gary
lead by a goal
shouts.
to nil.
You certainly hear it when Gary shouts, don't you?
You do.
The booming voice.
He spent part of his career, not that long, a year or so I think, just up the road at St Albans from here. Played in that St Albans team. People remember when they played in the National League with against York City. Will it have been 4-5 I think? Anyway, City lost 4-2 at St Albans back in the September of that year. Remember Jason McGill coming into the away fans at the end of the game trying to appease all of us. We weren't happy being the Arsenal conference and losing 4-2 to St Albans as Pearce is fouled there at the back by Regan Booty. Pearce wants retribution on Booty, but the referee says no. And then later in the year, City absolutely battered St Albans. It was as big a battering as I can ever remember and getting no reward for it. 0-0, Bostock in goal. They played an absolute blinder. And Gary Elphick was part of the defence that day.
Wow.
I can't be the only one that remembers that match. Most 0-0s are not very memorable, but that one, just for the way that City dominated throughout and yet couldn't find the goal, was staggering. Cox, as the ball's run into touch by Stones, has a throw in his defensive third on this near side. Boreham 0, York City 1. He takes it back to O'Connell. O'Connell will try and clear right-footed down this right-hand side for Richardson under pressure from Kitchen. Richardson does well actually to keep that in play, and then there's a tackle and that'll be a foul by Pearce on Cox. Cox takes the free kick back to his centre-back. O'Connell to Bush. Bush back to O'Connell. Cox is told to push on this near side from right back, which he does, but he doesn't get the ball. It goes back to the goalkeeper and he gives it to Ilasanmi on the far side. Jeff King goes to try and close him down. Back to the goalkeeper it goes. Gray will try and close it. No, and Gray will almost get the better of the goalkeeper. What is he doing at the back here? The goalkeeper. He got away with it again. He's so fortunate in tight situations. Boateng, Pearce around the corner to Stones, edge of the area, tries to turn Bush. Bush gets the better of him this time, and now he'll burst forward as well. Will the centre back past Boateng, gives it to Brunt. Kitchen gets a little nick on it. He falls through. Richardson through on goal on this right hand side, tries to get across the ball across the 6-yard box. Johnson comes across though and deflects it into touch for a throw in.
It was good play by City up there. Boreham Wood got lucky.
Very lucky.
He fell to Bush's feet, and we'd over egged the attack there.
They got lucky twice with the goalkeeper did a 360 on Joe Gray in his penalty area, and then Stones almost had the better of Bush, and Bush sort of fell over the ball really and bundled it away from Stones. Booty at the back for the home team. Gives it to Cox, crossing position, but decides to keep hold of the ball. Back to Regan Booty. Booty around the corner to the edge of the area to Brunt, the former Barnet man. In fact, he's on a season-long loan from Barnet. He plays it through to the edge of the area. Fed through to Rush. Takes on the shot. Straight at Harrison Mail. He palms it behind for a corner kick. York City wanting the offside flag to go up, but the referee and the assistant keep it down. And this will be a first corner of the game to Boreham Wood, who've started to come into it a little bit more.
They are. Yeah, listen, we know they're a dangerous side. I think they just got too wrapped up in trying to sort of kick us off the park initially, but they've started to keep the ball a bit better in the last 5-10 minutes. They're causing City a few problems, but Harrison Mail standing up strong there. Good save.
Rochdale still leading by a goal to nil. So Booty comes across to take the corner kick. His left wrist heavily bandaged. He raises his right arm. Then it comes now, deep on to the back post. Stones again wins the header clear. Hunt tries to clear. Yorkman goes to ground at the edge of the area. Kitchen. Hunt still clears. He's got no one forward though. Volleyed forward by Ilasanmi. Onto the head of King it goes. Bournemouth trying to win it back on the edge of the area with Marshall Miranda. Gray's back out helping, but he can't get the ball away. Abdul Malik can't do much with it. Williams will get it though for City at the back, and he will clear it down the right hand side and wins the free kick as he does so.
Yeah, well done, Morgan. Oops, sorry.
You flipping stupid flipping fool, says Luke Garrard to the attacker for fouling Morgan Williams as he clears it.
Even threw me off my curve there, yeah. Well, who was he calling that? His own player?
His own player.
Wow.
He used slightly different wording to what I just used.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to process it. It's way past. When's the shed? There's a watershed here.
So City leading by a goal to nil. How long have we played? 28 minutes now on BBC Radio York. Dan Batty's loving it. He's just to the right hand side. He's laughing about some of the things he's saying. So is Alex Newby. Harrison Mail clears. Stones wins that ball as it comes down to Boateng, and then they clear their lines to Boreham Wood. Williams at the back, and he gives it back to Mail. First time clearance in his all green kit from Harrison Mail. Downfield, there was a little arm up there on Stones from Bush. Boateng wins the header but can't direct it to a teammate. Then it's won by Johnson. 2 York City men go to ground. Pearce wins the header as well. Then it's Stones in the centre. O'Connell finds its way to this right-hand side to Richardson, down the line and offside right in front of all the York fans. You can hear them directly to my right-hand side. They all rose in unison, and the linesman agrees.
They knew straight away, yeah. Just look at Lewis Richardson there. Yeah, just ran into it.
Without being too disrespectful, but he must wonder why he didn't sign at York City. When you look at what there is here and the crowd of what there is at York.
Honestly, as you were saying that, I was looking at him then, and I looked at him and thought, he must be looking at the city away and thinking, what have I done? If you have the option to come to us, surely, unless he's not from down here, because it's the strangest.
No.
It's a strange move, isn't it? His agent's worked overtime or something, I'm not sure. But
well, I haven't got this confirmed, but the suggestion was, Adam Hinshaw always said he was trying to sign him, he'd like to sign him.
Yeah.
So I imagine there was a deal on the table for him, but for whatever reason he just never signed that deal. If he thought he could get something better and then was left with no real option.
Maybe, well.
Hunt clears long. Bush scuffs his clearance, but it finds Brunt in midfield. His pass is a poor one across the park, but it's going to be won back by Richardson, and he goes to O'Connell. And then he plays a square ball across to Bush. Ooh, almost gave that straight to Gray. But he just about found Booty.
They love a gamble.
Now back to O'Connell. Former Peterborough man gives it to Cox. Cox once more. Back to O'Connell. O'Connell gives it to his goalkeeper, Curd. And he gives it to Bush. Bush, left-footed, big long ball downfield, trying to turn the York City defence. Johnson's too good for that. He gives it to Williams, he gets past his man and gives it to Jeff King. King comes in field and then he's foul. That's a late tackle.
That's a late challenge.
There's nothing in it. It's just a late foul.
Yeah, it's just clumsy, isn't it? And it's one of them. Not every foul is a yellow card.
Well, Jeff King's holding a number of fingers up there to the referees if to say that's the fourth or fifth or whatever he thinks it is time.
I was just going to get to that foul in itself wasn't a yellow, but after 3 or 4 of them,
it was Marshall Miranda. Oh, look at the ball over the top for Gray, who's got him behind Femir Sammy. The ball's just not good enough actually to reach him. Manila Sammy will get there first. Gives it to Marshall Miranda in his edge of his penalty area. He's almost robbed of it. They take chances at the back.
Oh, dear me.
Back into the penalty area it goes. Marshall Miranda, just in front of Stones. I thought he could have jumped in there and slid in and maybe got something on that. Anyway, they've worked it well to this right-hand side. O'Connell into midfield, and then Brunt hits his standing legs. He tries to sweep it forward on this right-hand side, and it's picked up by Alex Hunt. Alex Hunt, the centre of the field, gives it to Gray. It wasn't a great ball, though. Gray on the stretch couldn't do anything with it, and the white shirts have it back. But Johnson will win that back for York City, and a better control from Boateng as that ball pings at him. He manages to keep it under control. Gives it to Williams. Williams to King on the right-hand side. Bournemouth 0, York City 1 here on BBC Radio York. Ollie Pearce, yet another goal as the tackles fly in the centre of the park. Now they come forward through Brunt to Bournemouth. It's opening up for him. He takes on the shot, and Harrison Mill just about got there. It was just a yard wide of his goal, but he was scrambling there as Brunt took on the shot from 20 yards. And thankfully for him and for us, it's just wide of that left-hand post.
I mean, it's a great attempt by Brunt and a good attack by Boreham Wood. Could someone have got out a little bit quicker to him to close the angle down? I'm not sure. It's just good football from Boreham Wood. I'm not sure Harrison Mill would have. Well, you never know with Harrison Mill. He can pull the amazing saves off, but that was looking like it was nestled into the top corner.
Latest scores elsewhere. Woking won up at Boston, having sacked Neil Ardley at the weekend. Truro won up at Southend, and Wealdstone down the road from here leading 1-0 at Morecambe.
See Ollie Pearce's dad just there.
Oh yeah, just getting up and having a wander down. He's hobbling down there, isn't he? What's he been up to? I'll have to have a word at half time. Looks in a bad way, does Ollie Pearce's dad?
It does.
Ball downfield, looking forward to becoming a grandfather. Ollie Pearce's dad, Ollie Pearce's girlfriend, I think due in the next few weeks. Fingers crossed, not on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh my word, yeah.
York City's promotion was derailed by Ollie Pearce not being available. His girlfriend's gone into labour.
I'm not sure with Ollie Pearce he'd want to miss anything, would he?
No. To across the left hand side into York City penalty area comes Abdul Malik. He takes on King, but King still hasn't got it. He's got past him as Abdul Malik, and he goes to the near post and it hits the post, and then it's scrambled clear from York City. They are so lucky there at City. They still haven't cleared it though. Back into the penalty area it comes, and Richardson takes on the shot, and it's wide of the post, and it goes behind. That is a big let off. Abdul Malik turned King inside and out on more than one occasion, and then from the tightest angle I think he's blasted it against the defender. It's rebounded onto the post, and finally it's been cleared.
That was just too much going on there. Abdul Malik, the trickery out on that left-hand side there, it wasn't just our defence he threw to the left, the whole crowd went to the left. and then he's whipped one in, and it's actually at the crossbar.
No, I don't think. I
it
think it hits Harrison Mayle at his legs at his near post, and he deflects onto the post. I think.
Wow.
I'll have to see it again later on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I think the cross, and then it's gone. It's ended up somehow hitting that cross, the woodwork. My word, what football from Abdul Malik.
Long ball downfield. Pearce claims he's been held. So too the York City fans. The referee says no, and it goes all the way through to Ted Curd. 10 minutes to go in this first half, plus a lot of injury time. A decent amount anyway for a first half. Johnson heads clear. He's shown no ill effects now after the bang he took from the tackle on the far side of the field. Ilasami down the left hand side to Abdul Malik. He's tackled by King. Gets past his mate, does King, and he can come forward. Gives it to Gray. Gray up towards the edge of the box. Skips past the Boreham man, and he goes to ground. That has to be a foul, referee. He gives nothing. Just outside the penalty area, but that has to be a free kick. Otherwise, it's got to be a yellow card for terrible simulation. But I'm sure he was clipped.
I'm sure he was clipped as well. I'll have to see it again, but that looks for. Stones.
And then Stones is late on his man, or just about. The referee gives the decision.
Yeah. He's got. Yeah, Gray's got. I'm sure he's been chipped right on the edge of the box. Do you know what? It might have been inside the box. Oh no, it's on the edge. That's a foul, isn't it?
Has to be a foul.
My
surely.
word, referee. Dear me. We can see it from here and confirm it from the TV screen. But he's 10 yards away there. Dear.
Bush to this near side to Cox on halfway. Cox goes to Booty. Centre of the field. Has Abdul Malik out on that left-hand side, and he pings it at him, and Abdul Malik brings it under control impeccably. Then round to Ilasami, who provides the overlap. Into the middle it comes, not dealt with first time by York City, and once again they scramble it clear. The danger's coming down that side with Abdul Malik.
Yeah, it is. Abdul Malik is causing problems down that his left-hand side, City's right-hand side.
City going to win it back? Are they here through Gray? No, they're not. Marshall Miranda will get there first, and he'll send it across this near side. Now they're coming really into this game with the home team, but they trail by a goal to nil. Over the top for Rush. He can get across, and it's behind everybody, or behind Richardson in the centre, and City will come forward with Hunt.
Yeah, they cause us problems, and you know it's a simple thing. One of the Bournemouth players is going short, one's going long. Kit's in there, gets dragged from his defensive position to follow the striker, leaving a huge gap in between where him and Brooks should cover.
Williams sends it long, but Bush is there. It's overhit. Great. Can't get there. And now he's shouting his Garrard saying, want the ball at his other players. As Bush just keeps it by his foot. He gives it to Booty. We are York, sing the fans away to our right hand side, and Ollie Banks gets up to do some warming up down this near side. That's a nice little return ball to the edge of the area from Brunt to Rush. Rush will take on the shot. Mayle does well, diving away to his left hand side, and he palms it out for a corner kick.
Brilliant.
That is a good save.
Yeah, you know, it's one of them awkward ones. It's hit really well. It's bounced just in front of Harrison Mayle, and he's watched it all the way onto the palm of his hands and put it round for a corner. City under the cosh here, it must be said.
Yep, they are in the last few minutes.
Yeah, Boreham would have turned up the heat.
Booty's come across. They've got a man out who's trying to claim he's doing nothing, trying to look inconspicuous. Is Brunt. Abdul Malik has come across as well. They've got 3 out at this corner. They give it to Brunt. Reverse ball to Booty. No one's followed him. Into the box it comes, flicks off a Bromwood head, and it's caught by Harrison Mayle. But again,
he's good, Harrison Mayle, though, isn't he?
Got into easily.
Look at
there.
This if he sees it. King sees it.
Right hand side into the middle to Stones. Stones has Gray in front of him, but no one else. Stones holds on to it. Tackle comes in from Marshall Miranda. Stones keeps hold of it on the right hand side. Gets past his man once more, and again Stones has got it round the back. Cross into the box. Looking for the header. Pierce. He missed the header. Falls in the area to Brooks. He's pulled. Nothing given, and Bournemouth will be able to clear.
Stones was absolutely brilliant down that right hand side. Actually, Ollie Pearce, I think that's for him, for the levels he's set, that's something. He's just missed the flight of the ball because it was going straight for his head. But Stones outstanding again. Wow, what a player we've got. And he's only going to get better, isn't he?
He is. Jeff King drives the ball up his shirt, 10 yards short of halfway.
Ollie Pearce has missed it. He's just totally missed it. Bless him. We'll let him off because it's you, because it's Ollie.
Pearce with the layoff to King, who drives forward on the right hand side into the middle for Stones. He's got space. Stones edge of the area to the right hand side. Brooks Can he get a shot? Left-footed. Good block defending from the home team. Falls to Boateng at the edge of the area. Gives it back to Brooks. Just took a split second too long there, did Ben Brooks.
Yeah. Get out of your feet and shoot.
Just wanted to steady himself first, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hunt to Gray in the centre, 25 yards from goal, to Stones at the edge of the D. He's tackled by Brunt and he wins the ball cleanly, and now he can come away with the ball in the middle. Goes to the left-hand side to Abdul Malik, former Millwall man Stuart Maynard had with him briefly at Wealdstone a few years ago. Back to Ilasanmi. Long ball down from him. Rush heads it on and then goes chasing after his own ball, but he can't get there, and City win it back.
So composed on the ball, both Johnson, Williams and Hunt.
Ball over the top, looking for Pearce. Can Pearce get there? He can in the penalty area, but he's really wide. He dinks it across the goal to the far side for Stones, and Bush gets back to head it behind for a York City corner kick.
You cannot take your eyes off this game at the moment, David. And I was just saying, Johnson and Williams getting City out of trouble there. It goes into Alex Hunt, and one beautiful ping for the running Pearce, and Pearce didn't even think twice, just put the ball in the box and hope for something, and he's got a corner.
Equaliser for Brackley at Rochdale. Rochdale 1, Brackley 1.
Brackley have scored. My word. Oh, it's just been heard down there, I think.
Corner kick then for York City, far side of the ground. City leading by a goal to nil. Brackley equalising at Rochdale. 1-1.
Wow, wouldn't it just be nice for us to go and score here?
Callum House just turned around and said, is it really 1-1?
Yeah.
I sort of nodded at him, yes it is. Corner kick then, far side of the field for York City. Brooks drills it long to the edge of the box. It's over everybody. It's going to come to this near side and going to touch, I think, for a throw-in. Kitchen keeps it in and plays it off Abdul Malik for a York City throw-in. Brilliant from Mark Kitchen.
Look, Garrard there, he's just laughing as if to say, nothing's going right. But you know what? When you put the effort City players put in, they deserve to get a little bit of luck. And Kitchen deserved that just for the work rate.
Brooks comes across to take the throw-in. It's sort of halfway between the halfway line and the corner flag. But still, everyone's going to wait for this in the Boreham Wood penalty area. Brooks, and it comes now towards the edge of the 6-yard box, comes off Ilasanmi. That's heading back out to this near side, and Boreham Wood are able to clear, but only as far as Alex Hunt. Hunt round the corner to Williams. Edge of the area, he goes to ground looking for a penalty. Referee doesn't give any. He might just have been outside the area. Yes. Williams is now rolling around on the floor, and Abdul Malik on this near side, and then the referee says he's had his heels clipped. Williams is still down. They're trying to take a quick one here, Boreham Wood. City are not allowing it. The York fans aren't happy with the referee because he didn't give the free kick to Williams.
I mean, Williams has definitely been caught. Whether it's in the box or not is irrelevant.
Stuart Maynard is talking to the referee. They've tried to take it quickly at Boreham Wood. The referee is allowing Williams time to get back into position. He's definitely in the area. Is it a foul? I don't know.
The ball's... Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I think it is a foul myself, but I'm biased, I suppose.
He's saying, Ollie Pearce is talking to him. He's saying, Ollie, I'm in charge. We can see him right beneath us.
Ollie Pearce is just brilliant, isn't he?
Here's Ollie Pearce's dad back up. He's walking a bit better now.
Oh, just needed a stretch.
Just needed a stretch. Brunt gives it to Booty on halfway. Booty will send it out to the left-hand side once more. That's a nice ball for Abdul Malik. Brings it under control. City doubling up on him here, but he's still got the ball just outside the penalty area. Lays it down the line to Ilasanmi. He skips past the York City men. Into the middle it comes. Cross comes in. It's going to be dealt with by Hunt. He's on the floor though. Still haven't cleared it, York City. Back it goes to Ilasanmi. Takes on the shot. And again, Harrison Mayle has to deal with it at his near post. Puts it behind for another corner kick.
Yeah, he's probably done more than anyone expected him to do tonight, Harrison. He's had more to do than really would expect him, but he's there, isn't he? He's that's what he's there for. He's there to do those horrible bits and keep the ball out of the net.
Ilasanmi looks so much better in an attacking position than he does defensively.
He does, yeah. He's part of you wonders if the lads maybe didn't concentrate there.
So corner kick far side of the field. Boreham Wood's third of this game. This time it's not going to go short because there's no one to go short to. This will be going into the 6-yard box, or at least that's what they're looking as if it's going, and it does. To the edge of the area, well headed clear by King. They tried to lay it off a deep one to Booty to send it back in.
It's good.
And Boreham would have been forced to feed it all the way back to their goalkeeper, and he's going to be closed down by Jeff King. Yeah. He clears long into touch on this near side, and Brooks has been fouled. The linesman vigorously waving his flag as he gives York City the decision in the left back position. City lead by a goal to nil.
It's really professional play by City. The whole like Jeff King winning the ball and then realising he can go Hiram Boateng then sits in for him just in case it comes back, which it does. Then Ben Brooks defends the ball, gets the free kick. It's a real solid look in York City right now. And Boreham Wood are good. Boreham Wood are testing us at times here. They are causing us problems.
They're exactly as you said before the game. They're good when they go forward.
Yes, yeah.
They're susceptible at the back.
Yeah.
Mail with the free kick in the left back position. Decent connection, gets it well over halfway. Marshall Miranda heads it infield straight to King. King tries to volley it forward but gets that one all wrong. Great, will try and run after it but won't get there, and it goes into touch for a Boreham Wood throw-in halfway inside their own half. Ilasanmi. 78 appearances for York City in that 2-year period. Oh, to the edge of the area to turn, and he's cleared it just in time. Now it's Brooks. 5 minutes goes upon the fourth official's board. Kitchen, and he goes all the way back to Harrison Mail. Mail clears down the centre of the field, looking for Stones. He's in a battle once more with Bush, and it goes past both of them and from one goalkeeper to the other. So 5 minutes of additional time, and the home side have it at the back with O'Connell. Runners towards halfway. Cox wasn't spotted, but then he gets past O'Connell, past Pearce. He's still got it. O'Connell has won from one penalty area, and he feeds it through into the York City box. Kitchen tracks the run well, and he's going to let that ball go out of play for a goal kick. So it comes off Lewis Richardson last.
Yeah, well done, Mark Kitchen. Follow the run of Lewis Richardson. That's where City getting... Well, you could see it there where the runner Cox was going down the right hand side because they'd been dragged in City and they'd almost followed the ball, and it left that gap for Cox. Thankfully Boreham Wood didn't see him.
Of course, Kitchen had Lewis Richardson in his pocket really in that playoff semi, didn't he, for the LNER back in May.
Yeah, all manned him.
I think he left a couple in and did it in the first half, which he should really have been penalised and yellow carded for Kitchen. He never did.
He's
and Richardson seemed to disappear as the game went on.
Yep.
Mail long again, looking for Stones. He's behind Bush here. It goes over his head and again goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. To the left-hand side it goes once more to Bush. This will be a nice little pink ball into midfield. Pearce gets there though, heads it to Hunt. Hunt now to Stones. Stones around the corner, but it just doesn't get it right. And Bush can get there before Hunt. And now Stones tries to close him down. Boreham Wood man rolls around the floor. Now Stones is going to get a yellow carded here for the tackle on Cox. There's no complaints from Stones. So I think he's got that right. The referee in Cox is off the field. And he's staying put.
I think he's made a meal of it. I'm not sure Josh Stones has really... he's gone for the ball.
We'd have been screaming for a yellow if it was the other way around, wouldn't we? 8th yellow card of the season for Josh Stones.
But when you look at the standard of the other ones where the referee hasn't stopped, consistency tonight, that isn't a yellow card. He's fine, Cox.
Yeah, he's up. He hasn't needed treatment.
I'm not sure he caught him. It looked worse than it was.
Yeah, the referee should say to players, if you're going down like that and then rolling around and yet 20 seconds later you're saying I don't need treatment and you're getting up, there's nothing wrong with you.
No, nothing wrong with it at
all. Long ball forward from Booty, looking for Abdul Malik. Williams lets it drop over his shoulder and then safety first puts it into touch for a throw-in. Halfway through the additional 5, City leading by a goal to nil. The early Ollie Pearce strike giving them the lead. Ilasanmi takes the throw-in back to Marshall Miranda. And then it goes to Bush in the centre circle, across to O'Connell on this right side. City sitting deep here as they try and see this first period out. Now to Cox, who's going to be booed by the York City supporters. Back once more to Bush. Bush to the far side of the field to Ilasanmi. He's going to be forced back again, is he? He is to Bush. Almost sent it past Bush there. That's a nice ball forward from Bush, and then the little drag back by Williams on the striker rush. That'll be a yellow card for Williams. He can't really complain about that. Just outside the penalty area on the Boreham Wood left. Yeah,
he just got the wrong side of the player in the ball there, Williams. That's just the first time I've seen Williams actually get into a mess. He just got himself into a little bit of a mess there, and he's ended up with a yellow card. City just need to calm down maybe.
He's got to be careful as well here because Booty can be deadly from these set pieces.
Good player, Regan Booty. We've watched him over the years, haven't we? He's always shone in whichever team he's played in. So you're right, David. City need to be on the guard here.
Half time now at Rochdale, 1-1 in that game. City hoping it's not 1-1 here. Yeah. When the referee blows his half time whistle in just a couple of minutes.
to defend this resolutely.
So this free kick is about 5 yards, 6 yards outside the penalty area, far side of the penalty area. So what, that 25 yards from goal with the angle, would you say?
Yep. But it suits Booty. It's the left footer, isn't it? If he decides to take it over
to whip it over the left hand side of the wall into that.
Yeah.
We could go either corner, couldn't he? Booty's on it. So too is Brunt, I think. Cox is free on the edge of the area if they want to square it. So it's going to be Booty with his left foot or Brunt with the right. City have set up a wall inside the penalty area. Kitchen's in there, so too is Boateng, and somebody else I can't see. Is it Josh Stone? No, Joe Stones is marking men at the back post, but they've got an overload, 3-on-1. Stones is the only York City player there. There's some pushing and shoving going on in the middle of the box. Johnson's suggesting that Bush is giving him an elbow, so too is Ollie Pearce.
King telling the referee as well. Bush just ran through the three of them.
Yeah.
King's marking the biggest lad there, and we must have a spare player somewhere in there. So it's so important to win the second. If this doesn't go direct, win the seconds.
Booty into the box, across onto the head of Johnson, who heads clear. Cox sends it forward once more, doesn't get any distance. Miranda, and then it is cleared by Hunt. Gray runs after it, but it's cleared by Ilasambi straight downfield. That was let's send this anywhere. It's pushing the back of Ollie Pearce in the penalty area, and the free kick's given as Rush tries to get across into the box.
Well
City
done,
still lead.
Yes. Using all his experience there. He knew the hands were coming. Maybe made it. He made absolutely certain the referee was giving it the free kick, put it that way.
Well, we've played nearly 6 added minutes now.
Yeah.
So it's just however much the referee decides to add on for how long it took that free kick to be taken.
He's enjoying himself, the ref.
I'm not sure he is that much. He's had his hands full, hasn't he, in the opening, 51 minutes. There's a lot going on here. Brunt in constant conversation with Pearce. There is the half-time whistle. City do lead by a goal to nil. Ollie Pearce after 6 minutes. They started off like a house on fire, and Ollie Pearce now is coming and having a word. And to be fair, they're sort of kissing and making up here, Luke Garrard and Ollie Pearce. Down here in front of us, big handshake between the two. Garrard puts his arm around Pearce. They walk off deep in discussion, all very friendly stuff. Well, that's been entertaining. It's been incident-packed. City leading by a goal to nil, Ian Dunn.
Yeah, it's been a good match. You know, if you come along tonight and watch the football match, it's been two good teams with a lot of quality, prepared to work really hard. And I think City a good value for the 1-0 lead, but you can't take your eye off this match because Boreham would have got an awful lot of ability, a lot of creative players out on that pitch that can cause City problems. Entertaining, as you probably heard Terry Espin in the background there. Nervy, he said. It's been all of those things. The main thing, though, is at the break, City lead thanks to Ollie Pearce. It's Boreham Wood 0, York City 1.
Win some fun on BBC Radio York. This March, we're giving you the chance to win tickets to some of the biggest live shows of 2026. You could be dancing to Nile Rodgers and Chic, singing along with Anastasia,
And I wonder if you know how it really feels to be left outside alone.
or heading back to the 80s with Rick Astley. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show every Monday for your chance to win. Win some fun on BBC Radio York.
Every game live and getting you closer to your club.
BBC Radio York Sport.
BBC Radio York Sport, Pete Spencer taking you through half-time. Second half commentary to come of York City away at Boreham Wood from Meadow Park with David Ward and Ian Dunn. But at half-time, City lead by the goal to nil. Ollie Pearce scoring his 29th goal of the season after just 6 minutes. Also half-time at Queensgate Stadium, Scarborough Athletic against Hereford FC. James Fletcher.
And it's still 0-0 here between these two, Pete, in a game which hasn't had too many chances. It got a lively start, however, when Hereford broke away within the opening minute. George Mundy having a shot across the penalty area, which went wide of the far post. Whitley diving down to it, didn't get his fingertips to it, and it was a safe passage by his far post. And that's how Hereford have played in this first half. Whenever Scarborough have lost the ball high, they've looked to break quickly, and they've caused a few problems without getting too many shots away. As for Scarborough, Scarborough. Harry Green having a 20-yard shot from infield, 20 yards out, as I say, which was into the hands of Richardson, diving across at full stretch. In terms of the wingers, Allen and Green, they haven't had a lot of space. They've been doubled up on each side. Clearly a tactical ploy from the previous fixture. The bad news in this first half is that Jake Hull, the centre-half, having to come off after 13 minutes. Looks like he overstretched from that first chance for George Mundy, and he has limped off. Michael Duckworth coming on. So, all over a sudden for Scarborough Athletic, they're losing players left, right and centre again. Food for thought for Jonathan Greening at the break, as at half-time it's Scarborough Athletic 0, Hereford 0.
Thank you, James Fletcher and Neil Redfern. Second half commentary on DAB digital radio and also online via the BBC Sport website and app. Elsewhere locally down the footballing pyramid this evening in the Northern Counties East League Premier Division, it's goalless between Sheffield FC and Knaresborough Town. In Division 1, Harrogate Railway are 3-0 up at half-time against bottom of the table Glasshoughton Welfare. A reminder that Railway will go third with a victory this evening at Station View, and it's Selby 1, Brigtown 0. We'll go through some of the other scores around the various leagues shortly, but for now let's talk about the Winter Olympics for the next few minutes, because the athletes are now back from Milan and Cortina, or enjoying a bit of downtime after a busy few weeks, including Harrogate bobslayer Axel Brown. He was the pilot of the Trinidad and Tobago team's 2-man and 4-man bobsleigh. When we spoke to him last on BBC Radio York, he told us the goal was to not finish at the bottom of the standings, and he was just happy to have made it to the games. Well, it was mission accomplished when it came to Operation Don't Come Last, as they finished 25th out of 26 in the Olympic 2-man event in Cortina, ahead of Israel. He's been speaking to Joanita Musasi.
It was really good, to be fair. I mean, 2-man and most of the 4-man, we accomplished everything we wanted to, which was to obviously not come last and also to have fun and be present and just enjoy it all. Yeah, it was incredible. Better than I ever could have expected, to be honest.
I loved the fact that you were sending us little updates as well. It really made us feel a part of it. So I'm really grateful for your voice notes that you were sending over the time that you were there.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. It's there was a huge amount of interest in what we were doing over the games, and that's incredibly validating. I didn't expect for it to be the case, but I'm happy that it is.
Remind us of your route into bobsleigh then, and also Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, so I started bobsleigh back in 2014 after being released by the American football team that I was playing for out in the US. And just a month later, the Sochi Winter Olympics was on the TV, and I thought, that looks amazing. Maybe I should give that a go. I was kind of at a loose end, and I went to open tryouts for the British team, not expecting to get anywhere with it, but ended up, making the development squad and working my way up within that, and then narrowly missed out on the 2018 games, but still persevered in the British team for another couple of years, and only in COVID, when everybody was reevaluating everything, did I think, you know what, this setup isn't working for me. I didn't like the way it was being run. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and create something new and positive and interesting and exciting. And that's exactly what I did in creating the Trinidad and Tobago bobsleigh team, the nation of my mum's birth, my second passport. I created the team from scratch and created something just immensely positive. And that's what we felt these last couple of weeks at the games, is just pure positivity. There's been no negativity at all, and that's incredibly nice.
I mean, we definitely felt it here. We know that there were people back home just, really cheering you on. I remember with my kids, I know we weren't able to watch it properly on the telly, but we were watching it on our phones and, kind of keeping a track on when you were next going to go down, or when it was your turn to have a go, at least in the 2-man, and absolutely devastated about the 4-man for you. What was that like for you?
Yeah, so it was a crazy experience. We go into the 4-man knowing that just by taking the start line, we're literally making national history. Trinidad and Tobago has never had a 4-man team at the Olympics before, so we knew that was some mission accomplished just by being there. The first run was not what we wanted. There was a couple of small mistakes, and we slipped down the timing sheet. And then in the second run, all of a sudden there starts being a lot of crashes. From Austria and France, big nations. And we were right at the tail end. France had crashed right before us, and so I think everyone was possibly thinking, how's Axel going to deal with that? And we crashed as well. But it was not legitimately not my fault. I feel like that's what everyone would say, but no, our sled broke. So in corner 4, which is the pivotal corner of the entire track, it's a firm steer. I tried to pull the right-hand D-ring to turn us around, and it just snapped off in my hand. So for the next 3 corners, I was frantically trying to see if there was anything left of the steering. Maybe I could kick the steering mechanism instead of pulling it with my hand or something like that. So I had my head in the nose cone trying to sort that out. And unfortunately, there was nothing that could be done. And we rolled off the end of corner 7. So yeah, just a complete fluke mechanical failure, basically. It just happened to happen at the absolute worst time, and knocks us out of the Olympics.
Oh, gutted. It almost makes me feel that there's still room for one more go at it, Axel. That's what it makes me think.
Yeah, I mean, being at the Olympics is intoxicating, especially with it feeling as good as it did. There's obviously a part of you that makes you want to think, oh, I want another hit of this amazing drug of sorts. And so there's the temptation there, but this was already the 4 more years. I contemplated retirement after Beijing. Getting to Milan was already let's do 4 more. So no, this is me hanging up the spikes.
Oh, gutted to hear that. But the whole experience for you must have been so different to the last time, because you didn't have any spectators, let alone family and friends.
And that has just made it all so much better. So I left Beijing thinking it was everything I ever wanted as an athlete. I'd accomplished my goals. It was great. But unfortunately, maybe fortunately, I don't know, Milan has made Beijing seem rubbish by comparison, because of the amount of love and support and just everything around it being amplified so far beyond what Beijing was, that it by comparison seems like just any old event, not an Olympics. I had all my family and my new extended family out with us. There was all kinds of fans. There was a previous brakeman of mine from the British program and stuff. Just so many people came out to watch, and just to watch me, and that has never happened before. And that was just so lovely. And being able to see them between competition heats, go over and give my family a hug and be like, right, got to go do it again, and them sending me off with that amount of support was just, I was having to choke back the tears going to the start line. I was just so emotionally happy and proud, and just, it was utterly amazing.
Do you think you've inspired others to get into bobsleighing then, the next generation?
I hope that we've shown how it can be done right and done fun, and you can enjoy your process, whether you win, lose, draw, whether you come 26th out of 27 and celebrate on the finish line, or whether you're challenging for a medal. You can have fun with it, and you can feel accomplished and enjoy it. But bobsleigh is one thing. It's great if I've inspired people to do bobsleigh, but I think I hope that message is clear for anybody, regardless of what they do. You can contextualize success, and you can find success no matter what level you're at. Success can be making the local team. It could be just going to a training. It could be getting out of bed in the morning because today is really flipping hard. Success can be totally different regardless of your situation. It doesn't have to be an Olympic Games. It doesn't have to be a second Olympic Games. It can be anything. And hopefully my story inspires people to just give stuff a go, to get out there and try something new and interesting, exciting, and find your love for it in that, because there's no way I'd have thought I'd be a 2-time Olympian for Trinidad and Tobago when I was growing up. So who knows what other people's story might be as well.
That is Harrogate bobslayer Axel Brand, the pilot of the Trinidad and Tobago team as well. It's BBC Radio York Sport. We are just about ready to split our frequencies once again here on BBC Radio York. If you want to hear York City away at Boreham Wood, you can join David Ward and Ian Dunn on FM and on BBC Sounds. If you want Scarborough Athletic against Hereford, you can join James Fletcher and your expert summariser Neil Redfern on DAB Digital Radio and online via the BBC Sport website and app. The link for that, incidentally, is on our Twitter page. That's your choice of listening. It's Make Your Mind Up time.
Every game live and getting you closer to your club.
BBC Radio York Sport.
Thank you, Pete. Welcome back to Meadow Park. City leading by a 0-0, and still no sign of either of the two teams coming back out onto the field in front of us. The York City substitutes just calmly knocking the ball around between them. Ollie Banks, we can see right there in front of us, having a little game of pass and go with Dan Batty, that is on the far side of the field. So all 7 York substitutes are out there, so that suggests Don't call me Einstein or anything, but there won't be any half-time changes here for York City. So I can say that at the start of the second half, they'll start as they did the game, with Mail in goal, the three centre-backs of Kitchen, Johnson and Williams, who's on a yellow card after he picked up a yellow in that first half of this game. Brooks, Boateng, Hunt, King, Pearce, Gray and Stones, who has also saw yellow. Luke Garrard now coming out of the dressing rooms at the far side of the field, but no sign of his players. How many Boreham Wood substitutes are out there as well? I think they've got the full supplement out there as well. So they'll start the second half with Ted Curd in goal, Femi Olasanmi, who has looked a little bit dodgy defensively but pretty good going forward and has come the closest to scoring for the home side. Chris Bush, Charlie O'Connell and Cameron Cox, Regan Booty, Marley Marshall Miranda, Abdul Malik, who of course has been the main threat for York City on that left hand side, Zach Brunt, Lewis Richardson and Matt Rush. The options available to Stuart Maynard when he decides to use them. George Sykes-Kenworthy, I imagine he will be staying firmly on that bench. At least that will be the hope of everyone involved, because no one wants to see Harrison Mail getting some sort of issue. Malachi Fagan-Walcott, Callum Howe, Craig Hewitt, Dan Batty, Ollie Banks and Alex Newby for the home team. Jack Payne, Leon Yindi, Joe Newton, Aaron Henry, Charles Claydon, Tom White and Junior Robertson. Still no sign of the teams, although we can see the referee coming out of the dressing rooms with the ball in his right hand. Nervy, would you say that's a fair summation of how that first half ended? York City, I thought, were certainly on top for the first 20-25 minutes, and then the home team seemed to get in the ascendancy as the half drew on.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that, David. I think we started off like a house on fire. They've settled into the match, that particular last 10-15 minutes of the first half. They started to cause City a few problems, but I think City have dealt really well with what's been thrown at them. I think defensively we look solid. We're prepared to put our bodies on the line, and Boreham Wood are going to have to do an awful lot more to actually break us down and get a goal. However, I would say the next goal is so important. The next goal in this match, if there is to be one, has to be for York City, because I wouldn't like to see this Boreham Wood getting back in the game and actually, being given encouragement to go at us. So City will know that as well. They know this game's far from over. Lots of work to be done. They know it better than us, David. They're well drilled. So go out, do what you can, get the same sort of start we had in the first half. We can do that again in the second half and put Boreham Wood on the back foot a little bit more. I'm sure Stuart Maynard will be happy, as will we.
Let's have a look what this is. Can you say happy birthday to my dad, Mark, from Caden and Alana? Happy birthday to Mark. Hope he's enjoyed listening to that first half. Both sides are now back out on the field. York City first to come out, now Boreham Wood 2 making their way out onto the field in front of us. The referee places the ball on the centre spot, has a quiet word with Ollie Pearce.
Seems to have been a long half time, doesn't it? I don't know.
It does feel like a long
maybe
half
it's just
time.
me, but it's been nice seeing all the City fans down there in the droves, absolutely packing this stadium out at their end.
I saw earlier on there were issues on the M1. I think there was a vehicle fire, and Sam has got in touch saying there'd be more than that 1,000 in the away end if the M1 hadn't stopped a fair few getting down to the game. A frustrated Sam somewhere near East Midlands Airport. So yeah, if you are one of those people now on your way back to North Yorkshire, having only made the journey, about half of the journey down here, and got stuck on the M1, you have our sympathies. Nothing worse than missing something that I'm sure you've all been looking forward to and just being sat in a line of traffic and not being able to do anything about it whatsoever. Who else has got in touch here? Chris Chellin, he's listening in from York. Can't believe he's not here, to be honest. Thank you to Chris to getting in touch. There's the referee's whistle. Game back underway. City kicking off, shooting towards their own fans. Hunt with a long diagonal ball. Well, Josh Stones can't keep that in play, and it goes out on the far side of the ground to virtual silence. Ian Dunn. No, there's not many home fans here, but
well, I wondered whether they'd gone at just before half time, to be honest.
I don't think they're ever here, to be honest.
No. Sort of looked across there and there's massive gaps in that home end.
There are more gaps than people. Boateng sends it forward, trying to turn the Boreham Wood defence. O'Connell will try and let it go out of play, but he's forced into playing it by Stones, and he's forced into putting it into touch for a York City throw on the far side of the field. Stuart Maynard has a big gasp of air as he turns around and picks up his water bottle just beneath us here.
I think you've just seen that Josh Stones challenge going in, and it wasn't late, but Josh Stones does just need to be careful with some of them challenges. Make sure he doesn't get drawn into anything.
So Brooks thinks about taking a long throw, but instead throws it short to King. He can open up the angle. You think he might have a shot here, and he does. And it's a couple of yards high, a couple of yards wide, and into the York City fans behind the goal.
What's interesting, Stuart Maynard there, don't want to give trade secrets away, but he said it would every time go and get it to Jeff King there. He's been dragged across to the left-hand side, and he's got his shot off. Listening to you, David, trying to get his goal.
Femi Lasambi will come forward on this left-hand side. Mouth wide open as he runs forward, as if he's really, really concentrating hard on keeping the ball under control. Then Abdul Malik skips past King as though he's not there. Lays it off to Lasambi. He gets the crossing, dealt with at the near post by Zach Johnson. Only clears to the edge of the area. Forward headed on by Brunt. Back once more to Abdul Malik, who turns, gets past Joe Gray. He's still got the ball as a former Millwall man. Gives it to Brunt. Russell Miranda across to Booty. Thinks about taking the shot. Boateng can't stop it. Still got it. He takes on the shot now, and it deflects off the back of him and goes wide for a Boreham Wood corner kick.
Yeah, good play. Abdul Malik and Booty, clearly they're two most aggressive players on the ball. And again, just starting to cause City a few problems here. This will be a big first 10 minutes of the second half, I think, for City. Keep it strong, keep it solid, keep them out.
Brunt has come across to take the corner kick. Abdul Malik is available short if he wants him. Brooks is the nearest to him. Of course, he can't be. Got to be within 10 yards. And it comes from Brunt into the near post. Flicked on into the back of the goal. It goes. He got across the near post. No one marked the runner from Boreham Wood. It might be Lewis Richardson, who got the goal. It is Lewis Richardson. Got across the near stick and he puts it across goal. No one on the back post. Boreham Wood have the early equaliser. Boreham Wood 1, York City 1.
Yeah, that's a blow for City, David. I think it could have been defended better. Had to be Lewis Richardson, didn't it, that scored the goal. And City, the corner in was a good corner. It's a good header. Could we have done better? Could we have defended it better?
Ollie Pearce, his man.
Could have. Yeah, he's got in front of Ollie Pearce there. And it's game on again, isn't it? This is, I think I probably said about 3 minutes ago, this next 10 minutes will be so important, and the team that scores next goal will be vital for that team. So City have got to get back on track here.
Kitchen at the back for Johnson. Still 1-1 at Rochdale. And Brackley equalised towards the back end of that first half. Hunt to Boateng in midfield. Boateng to Mail. Across the left-hand side comes City. Back to Kitchen it goes once more. Kitchen to Boateng on the edge of his own penalty area. He gives it to Williams on this right-hand side. That's a nice ball forward. A little flick from Pearce to Stones. Return ball. Stones is offside.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, because it was a nice little give and go, and then the return ball around the corner from Stones. Pearce doesn't understand why the flag went up, who the flag went up against. The referee says it's against Josh Stones. Stuart Maynard, unsurprisingly, disagrees with the decision.
Yeah, but he was.
Ball over the top on the left-hand side behind Brooks to the byline. Cox back to goal. Goes back to Brunt. Brunt tries to skip past Ben Brooks. Now the cross comes in, dealt with by Kitchen. Into touch, that's going to go for a throw in, is it? No, it's kept in play over there by the Boreham Wood man, and then Brooks is fouled. Does well again, does Ben Brooks on that left-hand side. Free kick to York City. So Boreham Wood 1, York City 1.
Yeah, they just need to get themselves composed against City. This happens in football matches, and Boreham Wood are good for the goal. They've certainly improved over the last 15-20 minutes before that end of half time.
Far side Harrison Mail then. He's trying to take the free kick too far infield, and the assistant's making sure he doesn't. And Mail gets ready now to take it. Down the left-hand side of the field, he goes as long. Looking for Stones, who tries to flick it infield. Looking for Gray. Pearce. Now it falls to Gray. Can't do anything with it though, and it's cleared by Booty at the back. Abdul Malik gets lucky there. He miscontrolled the ball and almost got on the end of his miscontrol, but City managed to win it back, and then Hunt gives it away in the centre of the field to Brunt. Abdul Malik Back to Brunt once more. To the right-hand side to the goal scorer, Richardson. Richardson drags Kitchen across. Richardson across the face of the penalty area. Gives it to Brunt. Brunt can take on the shot if he wants to. City have got men back. To the left-hand side he goes instead to Ilasanmi. Ilasanmi cuts back onto his right foot, gives it to Abdul Malik, who's going to skip past King. Abdul Malik to the byline, into the middle, it's missed by two Bournemouth players. There's a tap in there for somebody. City extremely fortunate to escape. Across the far side it goes to Cox. He goes back to Marshall Miranda. That was dangerous, Ian. And they've given it away now. Boateng wins it for York City. Poor ball from Marshall Miranda. Gives it to Gray. On the left-hand side, tries to feed it infield to Boateng. Boateng gets past Bush to the right-hand side, gives it to Pearce. Should have gone to Stones. Pearce, right-hand side of the area, dinks it across the back post. Stones, free header, straight to the arms of the goalkeeper. Just couldn't get enough elevation to loop it over him.
Yeah, it's good football from City. I agree with you. I thought Boateng should have laid Stones in, but actually it worked really well. And Pearce's dink to the back stick. Josh Stones might feel a bit disappointed in himself there. He's got the ability to loop that ball back across the goalkeeper. We've seen him a couple of times falling backwards, haven't we? And just softly loop the ball over. He did it at Barnsley and was it against Sutton last year, his hat-trick goal? Oh, that goal was unbelievable. He just hung in the air, didn't he?
Free kick given now as Brooks has been penalised for a foul on Cox.
So important. City just shut up shop for 10 minutes here.
What's going on here? Who's getting booked here? Joe Gray's getting booked for stopping the free kick or not getting back 10 yards. That's a soft one.
But Booty knew exactly what he was doing. Joe Gray shouldn't have been in front of the ball, but Booty literally booted it at Joe Gray there. Got him the yellow card. We're actually hearing Boreham Woods fans here now.
You can.
They are here.
They are. Away to the left-hand side, directly behind the goal with the drum.
So City need hopefully get our fans back into this and start hearing them get behind the team. We just need a little bit of help here.
How long is this taking?
Too long. I don't know what's the referee doing.
What was the hold up? The referee stood in no man's land at the centre of the field, not doing anything. Booty eventually takes the free kick. Back it goes to Bush. Bush, left-footed, onto the head of King. Hunt in midfield. Booty gets the better of him, then Gray can't get it off Ilasanmi. Ilasanmi to the right-hand side to Brunt once more. He goes back to O'Connell. O'Connell back to his goalkeeper. He's got time to pick out a pass. There's Curd, gives it to Bush, and back out to the right-hand side it goes. And that's a long ball downfield. Kitchen gets the better of Richardson. And Boateng sends it long. Bush wins the header, but it goes back towards his own goal, gives it back to his goalkeeper. Pearce tries to close him down, but Curd has long enough and isn't under enough pressure, and he can lay it off once more to Cox on the right hand side. Into midfield, that's a nice pass. He finds a pocket of space, does a Brunt and turns away from his man. Then he gives it to Ilasanmi. To the right hand side to Abdul Malik, back to the former York City left back. Now to Brunt. Brunt into the centre of the park, intercepted by Boateng, good tackle. Goes though to Marshall Miranda, midfielder in the centre of the park. Is that Rush, I think it was, who's gone down? Now he gets up, having not been given the decision.
There's nothing wrong with him.
There wasn't. Ilasanmi, little flick to the edge of the area, and then Pearce struggling to clear. Some pushing and shoving in the box. Abdul Malik on the left. He cuts in field, opens it up the angle. He's still got it. Abdul Malik takes on the shot and it's blocked by Hunt and spins kindly for Harrison Mayle.
7 City players there blocking Abdul Malik's route to goal there, but City are hanging on here, it must be said. Oh dear.
Hunt's giving it straight to Boateng, back to goal under pressure. Kitchen has to hurriedly clear into touch.
Yeah, we're rattled. We are rattled. And I've just noticed Stuart Pearce sending some players out to warm up. This is where I think you mentioned you before the game. Stuart Maynard mentioned you before the game, didn't he, about how important the substitutes will be tonight? Because it was a big chip on Saturday. Not making excuses at this stage, but he has got the substitutes that can make an effect on this match.
Bats and noobs have just been told to warm up by Stuart Maynard.
Yeah.
Pearce gives it to Hunt. Hunt in the centre circle. Looking for a pass. He's shouting at his teammates here, Alex Hunt, because there was no one available. Come on, he shouted, and he has to go back to Kitchen. Kitchen to Williams. Williams to Pearce. Return ball for Williams. Trying to get away from Ilasami, who's pulling him back. The referee has to give it, and it should be a yellow card to Ilasami, and it will be. And Pearce goes and nods at the referee as if to say, yes, you got it spot on.
Yeah, that's good refereeing. He's given Williams a chance to get the attack going, but Ilasami, once he realised Williams wasn't one getting the end of the ball, he's booked Ilasami and gives City the free kick.
Rochdale now 2-1 up against Brackley in their game at Deepdale. So Spotland.
A good time to go and score for York City.
King's over the free kick. Richardson standing in front of the ball. The referee's having a word with Lewis Richardson. He has quite a word with Jeff King, does Lewis Richardson.
Some choice language down south, isn't there, David?
Terrible, Ian. I've never heard anything like it before.
I'm going to go back with a new vocabulary tomorrow.
Exciting. Hunt. Everyone lines up right on the edge of the penalty area. Deep one from Hunt to the back post. One in the air by Bush, and Brunt will get there first. Oh, scything challenge, and he skips past Brooks, and he keeps it in play, and then it's blocked by Kitchenwood as well, and it goes into touch. Wow, Ben Brooks. That really was a challenge from Ben Brooks if he'd caught his man.
Yep, and Josh Stones again working his socks off there, and Stuart Maynard's going to...
All of you, noobs, all of you.
Yeah.
Stuart Maynard calls back. How many have we got down there? 4.
Yeah. He's utilising his squad, get fresh legs on that pitch. He can see what we're seeing, basically, which is Boreham Wood just having the edge at the moment.
Booty to Bush, who's pushed forward inside right. He comes over halfway. No one's tracking him here. The big centre back. Into the middle it comes. King on the slide, gets there just in time before Richardson, and now he bursts forwards as Jeff King. He's going to be caught on the ball though. It's been pulled by Marshall Miranda. Kitchen's now under pressure, and it goes to Johnson. He's tackled late, and that's a free kick to York City at the back. Richardson goes to apologise to Zach Johnson.
Looks like 4 subs here, David.
It is Newby, Batty, Banks and Fagan Walcott all about to come on. A quadruple, that's for him. A quadruple substitution about to come for York City.
It's probably going to be the quintet again.
Not this week. Free kick taken. Johnson at the back for City. To Stones, who has to drop in and gives it to Gray. Gray looking for the ball over the top for Pearce. Pearce has to wait for it to arrive. Holds it up well. He's got Brooks outside of him. Pearce tries a reverse ball to Stones in the box. He goes out wide left to Brooks. First time crossing, dealt with on the stretch by the Boreham Wood defence.
That was good football from York though. Just a little reminder for Boreham Wood.
Booty tries to send it to the right hand side, and Williams slips. Abdul Malik is away from him and running towards goal in the penalty area. He crosses. Good stretch from Zach Johnson.
Brilliant from Zach Johnson. Positionally
still got
superb.
It. Deep crossing from Booty around the back. Scissor click, kept in place. It was just overhit, and City struggling to clear through Gray. He'll be one of those coming off, I would have thought. And they have it again to Booty. He sends it back out to the right hand side. Over it goes to Cox. Cox down the line to Brunt. Brunt gets past Boateng into the penalty area. He goes to ground, and then Boateng does well to get his foot to it, and Harrison Mail dives and keeps it out.
Yeah, good play from Hiram Boateng. There's a fraction of a second there. If he'd have got that wrong, it would have been a penalty, but he didn't. He got it spot on. And City, I think Stuart Maynard just wants that ball out of the park so he can make his substitutions. But
Josh ball downfield. Stones gets there before Bush. Bush can get it back to his goalkeeper, and he clears.
Yeah, I think Stuart Maynard, this is good management here, just to put some fresh legs on that football pitch.
Freshen it up. Kitchen gets away from his man in the centre of the field. Still got it. Kitchen has to go back to Boateng. Boateng to the left hand side to Brooks. Brooks to Johnson once more. Johnson, that's over here into the centre. He's on the stretch, does really well. Does Brooks to get there. A little bit sloppy as well with some of the passing
a little bit, yeah.
Williams, long ball down the field. Pearce claims he's been held, nothing given. He gets in there. Stones has been caught, and now Stones is going to get a second yellow and be sent off here. Bush is thumping the ground, and it is a second yellow for Josh Stones. I think it's soft. I think Bush has won this. He's got him sent off, but Josh Stones is sent off for a second yellow. City are down to 10, and now they're without their talismanic striker at the weekend.
I'm worried about Josh Stones, tonight after that first booking, which was avoidable. I'm not sure he's even touched.
He's not even gone to apologise. I'm not sure he touches him.
I don't think he has. Bush will be up. Mark my words.
No,
Bush will be
there's
up
nothing
fine.
in that. There's absolutely nothing in that.
Look, he's fine. He's not even touched. It's the slightest of touch. He's maybe got more of the ball.
He didn't need treatment. He's up. He was rolling around, thumping the ground in pain,
Conned.
in agony.
Referee, you have just been conned.
He has, I'm afraid.
Absolutely. Oh, you have been. Oh, the tackles that they've been putting in all night long, and Josh Stones get 2 bookings for 2. They looked worse than they were in my eyes. And Bush, look, there's nothing wrong with him. There was nothing wrong with lad in first half.
City are now up against it. They want to continue this long winning run.
Yeah, that's not great for City. They're going to have to really.
Only thing you say is it's right in front of the linesman.
Yeah, but the linesman, Bush's reaction when you go down thumping the ground, that's the linesman immediately psychologically thinks, oh, he must have caught him. No, give yourself a time to think.
This time Jeff King's trying to listen to Luke Garrard here.
Football's just become this game where cheats prosper. And it frustrates the life out of me at times, and that's one of the occasions. I'd like to see him again, but the challenge.
Why is this taking so long now?
Soft.
They've all come across the Bournemouth players to take on instructions again. What is going on, referee? Grab a hold of this.
Yeah.
Why we stopped? The substitutions still haven't even been made here for York City. What is going on?
No, they're having the Horlicks.
He's lost all control of this. Yeah, why isn't Bush going off? The trainer was on, the physio. He didn't get any treatment, but he did come onto the field.
Yeah.
The York fans are right. Bush should be off here for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Why is he not off? The referee's now, is he telling him to? Play's continued. He's let the free kick be taken. The York haven't even made their subs yet.
What a mess.
Brunt, far side of the field. And Bush has been allowed to stay on.
I actually think Stuart Mann is having a little change of plan.
Yeah. No, he is. He is.
And that's he's held the subs back.
Back it goes.
That's 2 minutes ago. It was about bringing 4 players on to have an effect on winning this match. I think
Newby might not be coming on.
No, I think now it's going to be more about let's not lose this match.
Yeah, Newby's been told to put his jacket back on.
I'm really not sure there were 2 yellows to Josh Stones.
Well, the second one I'm sure is not. Long ball downfield by Bournemouth. And Kitchen will try and get the better of his man, and he does, and he plays it off the Bournemouth attacker for a goal kick. So 1-1, but City down to 10. Josh Stones sent off for 2 yellow cards. It'll only be a 1-game ban. He'll only miss the game at home to Eastleigh. In the great scheme of things.
But still, you don't want him missing any games.
No, you don't. But it'll allow him to have a little rest.
More importantly, the last half hour of this game, really.
That's the issue. Yeah, that is the issue. Mail. With Rochdale leading by 2-1. Mail gets ready to take the goal kick. Down the right hand side it goes. Onto the head of Bush. He sends it forward. Johnson does well against Rush. Hunt will pick it up. And now it's Kitchen, and it goes back to Brooks, who clears to where Stones would have been. Bush will be booed now, I think, every time he gets the ball. Into midfield it goes to Booty. Booty tries to thread it through, but he's overhit that, and that'll go through to Harrison Mel. So Fagan, Walcott, Batty and Banks still waiting to come on this near side. City were down to 10 when they scored against Boston. The one at the time they've had a man sent off this season. It was Josh Stones, of course, who got that late equalising goal. Headed clear by Bournemouth, picked up by Boateng, but there's a little shove in the back of Brunt, and the free kick is given. Now the changes will be made. Right, so 28, that's Banks. He's coming on for Jeff King. Interesting.
And it's interesting. Like I said at the top of the show, I think King and Banks work well together. It looks like, you suggested Fagan Walcott could potentially play on the right hand side. Is that going to happen here?
Fagan Walcott is coming on for Brooks.
Yes. Kitchen will go left back.
Are they going to a back four?
It's looking that way.
And Batty comes on for Hunt. This is something we've not seen all season, I don't think.
No. Yeah.
Williams stays on despite being on a yellow card. I imagined he would be the one who'd come off for Fagan Walcott. But that's not the case.
No, this is the manager setting up his team up to be difficult to beat now, as opposed to going to try and win the match. He knows it's sensible management in my book. He had to stem the flow anyway. It's going to be even tougher now.
So we played 20 minutes of this second half. Well, the ball's not actually going to play for that much of that 20 minutes. Again, there's going to be loads of injury time at the end of the game. City down to 10. 1-1. Cross it comes to Abdul Malik. Fagan Walcott is playing at right back here in a back four. Taking on Pearce. Gets past Pearce, does Abdul Malik. Plays it inside to Lasami, and then Fagan Walcott gets the better of him first time round. Booty across to the edge of the area. Marshall Miranda to the right hand side to Cox. Cox back to Marshall Miranda, and it goes back once more to O'Connell in the centre circle. Still no atmosphere though from the home fans, and they're on top. To the right hand side. Now back into centre. City, everyone back behind the ball, allowing Boreham Wood to have it, to pass along the back. Bush, Booty, nice little ball on the corner. Brunt, little back heel to Richardson, plays it back to Booty, and the shot almost comes in. Good defending from Johnson, who tracked the run, and it goes through to Harrison Mayle.
Yeah, superb positional sense again from Zach Johnson.
Infield it goes Banks. That's a nice play from him. Gives it to Batty. Batty to the left hand side to Kitchen, who brings it under control, thigh high, and he'll run forward now with Mark Kitchen. Back at left back now, as he spent quite a bit of time last season at Oldham. Boateng into midfield to Williams. Williams back to Batty. Fagan Walcott told to get on his bike. That's the aim, and what a ball that is. Brings it down on his chest. Fagan Walcott back to Batty. Fagan Walcott though bursting forward, still here, even though he's playing at right back. Banks to Williams. Williams in front of his man. Tackle's going to come in on Williams, but he does really well and gives it to Banks. Banks back to Johnson. Johnson, left hand side, gives it to Kitchen. Kitchen comes in field. The York fans you can hear in the background. What support for Stuart Maynard on this side on a Tuesday night down in North London in Hertfordshire. Mayle once more, long down the centre of the field. Bush will get the better of Pearce. He heads it back. And the defender scuffs his clearance. Fagan Walcott just can't get there in front of Ilasanmi, and he goes into touch for a throw in. That'll be Boreham Wood's throw. 3-1 now to Rochdale against Brackley. So they're going to take all three. And you would have to say in pole position now to go back top of the National League this evening. Oh, that's a foul throw from Femi, isn't it?
Sorry?
It was a foul throw, I think, from Ilasanmi, but wasn't given. Back it goes to Bush. Bush across to O'Connell. O'Connell, far side. Gives it to Cox. Liam Menard looking round at his bench, just seeing who he's still got available. I think he's thinking of making another change, and now it will be Newby who's getting stripped.
Interesting.
The far side.
To see
Brunt
who for.
to
Cox.
Cox.
Great, wasn't it?
I would have thought so. He's not really done that much, has he, this evening? Ball into the box, offside flag goes up.
Yeah, Stuart, he knows his team, he's set them up a bit to be a bit more disciplined, more defensive, but he knows he's still got the ability on the pitch to break this Boreham Wood team down and almost like let them think they're attacking us and hit them on the counter, and certainly Alexa Newby can do that. He's got Banks on the pitch as well.
The officials trying to make the sub.
Yeah.
Referees not aware.
Yeah. They've got he's mic'd up, so he's in his ear.
Right, he's got the numbers on the board, he's ready to go. Referee hasn't even looked once. Anyway, ball downfield, one in the back by Boreham Wood. Into midfield it comes. Ilasanmi nods clear as far as Williams. Williams, wasn't a great clearance from him, but Boateng can't get there, and Brunt will send it out to Cox on the far side. Cox will come forward. Got a man outside of him, it's a deep cross, it's too deep. It's over Harrison Mayle's goal and goes behind for a goal kick. 1-1 it remains, and now the change comes. It is Gray, and it's Newby that'll come on for him.
Yeah, Cox's cross was awful there. Thankfully for City, given a little chance to get Newby on. And Alex Newby, we all know the goals he can score. And come and impact the game, hopefully.
Latest scores then in the National League. Boston 2, Woking 2, Hartlepool 0, Sutton 1, Southend 1, Truro 1, Rochdale 3, Brackley 1, Wealdstone 2, Morecambe 3, and Yeovil 2, Tamworth 0. So yeah, Gray comes off. Newby comes on.
Yeah, he's worked hard, Joe Gray. He's not had much of the ball, not enough of the ball for him. He has worked hard. He's done his bit for the team. And now we're over to Alex Newby.
Harrison Mail gets ready to clear. Over the head of Bush. He's been fouled by Pearce, surely not spotted by the referee or his assistant, who should have had a decent view because it's right in front of him.
Well, he saw Josh Stones, didn't he? Right in front of him.
And Boreham would come forward down the right hand side. Back it goes to O'Connell in midfield to Booty. Booty will spread it. That's a nice ball across this left hand side, looking for Abdul Malik, but he can't bring it under control, and it goes into touch of throw. And look how furious Luke Garrard is. We're telling him. Booty's had a go at Abdul Malik. Garrard's agreed with Booty. Abdul Malik gets it. Wasn't a great ball, was it? Let's be honest.
No, not really.
Deflected into the York City penalty area, scuffed clear by Johnson as far as Batty, and he'll complete the clearance. Pearce, nice layoff on this far side to Banks. Banks, what a lovely crossfield ball that is for Kitchen. It spins back towards halfway. Kitchen will pick it up. Has to go back though to Johnson. Now to Batty. Bowen Wood now getting ready to make a change. Johnson once more at the back. Goes back to Mail. Mail once more to Zach Johnson. He tries to find Kitchen. Boateng wins it back for City. Then it's forward. He's been held surely there by the centre-back is Newby. Newby tries to get past his man. He's still got it as Alex Newby. Done brilliantly down that far side and beats that first man, but he can't get past the second. But he'll now get it on the edge of the area. Brilliant, Alex Newby. Newby, square ball to Banks. He's got Fagan Walk outside of him. Banks, and it comes. He's tackled late is Banks. Fagan Walcott on the edge of the box. He drives into the box, runs at Ilasanmi, goes to the byline. Ilasanmi puts the tackle in. Fagan Walcott pulls it back, and Bush deals with it at the near post, and they do scramble it clear. That was good from York City.
Really good football.
Now they try and come forward down the centre of the field, but it's overhit and it will go through to Harrison Mail.
Yeah, Alex Newby making an instant impact there with his trickery down that left hand side.
He did more there than he did virtually the whole time he was on at Morecambe, because everything he tried didn't work out for him, did it?
He worked his socks off. It just wasn't happening for him, but he's maybe got an opportunity again here tonight to have an impact on a match.
Richardson to Booty into midfield to Marshall Miranda in the centre circle. Now to Ilasanmi. Abdul Malik, he'll run in field. Abdul Malik keeps hold of the ball and he gives away possession. Fagan Walcott. Banks. Williams to Batty, who's got time to turn and come forward with it for City. Kitchen, look how far forward he is on the right hand side. Oh, no, it's a simple ball from Batty to Pearce and he overhits it.
He couldn't make his mind up, Batty there. He's having to go at Pearce, but I'm not sure if Pearce could have done much with it. He was just torn between switching the play, which he's got that in his locker, Dan Batty, and then he chose the wrong decision.
Leon Yindi coming on here for Lewis Richardson, who got the goal. He's on loan from Ipswich Town. He was at Rochdale last season, the Irishman, on loan. Abdul Malik comes across to take on some instructions. Throw in that Ilasanmi will take 20 yards short of halfway, and he goes back to Bush, who gets the booze. He gives it to his goalkeeper. Into the area to O'Connell. Now to the right hand side to Cox. Half an hour gone in this second half. 1-1 BBC Radio York 81333. Start your message with the word York on the text 0800321 333 on WhatsApp. Start your message with the word York at BBC York Sport. Going for your messages after this game is finished until 10 o'clock. Try to attempt to thread it through over that far side by Brunt. He gets a return ball, intercepted this time by Kitchen. Batty gets his head to it and he can drive forward. There's no one in front of Dan Batty here. He's running into traffic. He does really well, Dan Batty. Gives it to Banks on the right hand side. Banks will run it in a Sammy. He comes in field as Banks. Again, he's got no one really to pass to, and then he tries to feed it through to Fagan Walcott. Abdul Malik gets back and he puts it into touch for a York City throw-in.
Yeah, well played, Ollie Banks.
Halfway inside the Boreham Wood half. Fagan Walcott in front of the York City fans just to our right hand side. Takes the throw in to Batty. Batty gives it back to Fagan Walcott. Back to Batty on the right hand side. Dan Batty tries to get a cross in. He's going to win a corner here for City, is he? Goalkeeper keeps it in play. Just got there before it spun out. He balls it out to Booty. Booty goes long onto the head of Kitchen. Going to be picked up if the referee gets out of the way by Boateng. Boateng to Batty. Batty looking for the ball over the top. Ilasami gets there first on the stretch. Again, another throw to York City.
Yeah, City have upped it a little bit here, David. I think the fresh legs have certainly put a bit of fresh impetus in the match.
Fagan Walcott to Banks. Banks, little back heel to Fagan Walcott. He'll put a cross in, hits the back of Ilasami, bounces up into the box. Newby will now pull it back and it goes through to the goalkeeper.
Unlucky. It's good from City though, it's good. Considering they're down to 10 men, they have looked like the better team in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. On the right hand side, Marshall Miranda comes in field. Still got it, he's been allowed to drive forward over halfway. Now he goes back to the right hand side to Cox. Cameron Cox, former Colchester United. Into the edge of the area. Rush takes on the shot and it deflects and goes behind for a corner kick.
Yeah. Luke Garrard up again, very animated there, screaming at his players.
This is how they got the goal.
Yeah, City got to follow every man, mark your man and clear the ball.
He's calling back his subs as well. They're going to make more changes in a second of the home team. And this near side then, Brunt gets ready to take it. He's having a go at his subs for not getting ready quickly enough here.
He's only just called them back.
He's a young lad as well. And they've gone short to Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik's to the edge of the area. No one's marking up. Booty tries to thread it through and he gets it round to Brunt. Brunt into the middle. Shot comes in. It's 2-1. Cox had a tap in. He forced it through a host of bodies in the 6-yard box. And City are now behind and they really have work to do. Down to 10 men and trailing by 2-1 here at Boreham Wood. 2 goals from corners.
Yeah, listen, I think the extra man told there, to be honest. And City were just a little bit caught short. It's good football. Boreham would have got that ability to move the ball quickly in and around that 18-yard box. They've done it a few times tonight already, and on this occasion it's worked. A treat for them, really. And City now, it's up against, they're well up against it. Just when they're starting to look like they're settled in to the fact that they're down to 10 men, they've just got caught out with another corner. But not a traditional, lump it in and header. It's a well worked corner. Let's be brutally honest. It's well worked.
No, it was well worked.
Yeah.
And maybe it was just the extra man, but the defending wasn't great again.
No, I think Boreham was just too quick in and around that box. The ball was moving around really quickly and really precisely.
They're all watching the replay down there on the screen beneath us.
Yeah. There's not much we can do about that, I'm afraid. It's a good goal. Can City get themselves back into it? That's the big question. Can they find another way of getting something out of a football match?
Fagan Walcott.
They're up against it here tonight, though.
They certainly are. Williams. Batty gives it to Fagan Walcott. Booty comes across and puts it into touch. Fagan Walcott gets it off the backroom staff eventually. Just holds it out rather than giving it to him. He snatches it back of him, throw back and plays back underway. Williams over the top, looking for Pearce up against Bush. Bush heads clear as far as Banks. Banks does well. Now it's this right hand side to Pearce. Pearce can get across it. There's no one tracking Pearce, but he needs men in the middle. He holds on to it. Now he'll try and get across. He can't get it past Ilasami. He comes back to him, to Pearce. He'll give it to Banks. He'll put it in first time. And it comes now into the middle. Bush heads clear. Pearce says he'll been pushed off the ball here, looks at the linesman, nothing given, and now the home side will come forward. Abdul Malik to the centre. Rush is onside his side, he's running his own half. City getting men back. Rush has still got it. He's going to run into the penalty area. He's going to take on Johnson, takes on the second defender, takes on the shot, and it's straight Harrison Bell. He should really have scored. It should be 3-1.
Yeah, they broke really quick there. City throwing players forward, just got caught out. I think Ollie Pearce was maybe fouled down there as well. He's remonstrating with the linesman right now. We've not had much of the decisions, the little ones, and Stones as well. I'm still convinced that he should not have been sent off tonight. But even the little decisions, we don't seem to be getting them off the linesman and referee. That's not making excuses, it's just how I'm seeing the game.
O'Connell to Cox on the right hand side. Back to halfway for O'Connell. O'Connell can come forward, making the most of the man advantage. That ball's overhit though, and it goes behind. That'll be a goal kick. Look at Gerrard down there. He'd give Neil Warnock a run for his money.
Well, he looks more desperate.
Oh, Fagan Walcott's giving it away to Abdul Malik at the back. Now it's infield to Brunt. Brunt will take on the shot, and it's saved by Mail. Should have scored again. We'll rue our flipping chances, I think he just said there.
Well,
we'll rue our chances.
Let's hope you do, Lee. Let's hope you do.
They've got it, and they're going to have more chances here. Through the legs it goes of Johnson, intercepted by Kitchen. Banks controls that on his arm, I thought, but it falls to Rush, edge of the area, back to Booty. Booty to the right hand side, shot will come in, it's blocked, and it falls to Boateng. City can come forward on the break. To the right hand side for Newby. Newby will come in field. Over halfway, gives it to Boateng. He's got space. Boateng. It's tackled from behind by Marshall Miranda. And it is a yellow card. It's the clearest of the lot all evening.
Yeah, he had to give that, didn't he? The referee there. It's a professional foul. Took one for the team. All the cliches coming out there. That's exactly what he did. He stopped York City attacking.
He definitely took one for the team. It's Newton who's about to come on here. Joe Newton, the left back, former Solihull Moors man. Is getting stripped and ready to come on. In fact, he is stripped and ready to come on whenever he sees fit. Is it going to be Ilasanmi who comes off? He's doing his boot, trying to waste as much time as he possibly can while they get instructions into Newton.
City fans.
So the free kick's too far out for it to be a shot.
Yeah, City fans will be sucking this one in if they can. They can help. Still a lot of goal scoring players out on that pitch for York City.
Batty.
Need a chance.
Batty, is he going to try to swear to Newby to run onto and shoot from 30 yards? No, he's not. He's going to loft it into the box, to the back stick. Can't find Banks, and Ilasanmi, free header clear for him. Brunt turns back towards his own goal, gives it back to Ilasanmi. He sends it down the line to Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik back in this near side, and it's cleared by Brunt. And it's going to go all the way through to Harrison Mail, who calmly just lays it off to Morgan Williams. Williams to Batty. Back once more to Harrison Mail. Now to Morgan Williams. He clears right-footed. Looking for Fagan Walcott, who's been pushed a little bit further forward. Banks infield to Boateng. Boateng under pressure. Gets it to Williams. Now back to Banks. And it's put into touch by Abdul Malik. Now the change will be made, and it will be Femi Ilasanmi that comes off for Joe Newton. Done well, Femi Ilasanmi.
Yeah, how old is he now, Femi?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. He's not happy about coming off, is he?
No.
So he's having the right man. You can tell he's been to the Luke Garrard school for a few years, can't you? City come forward on the left-hand side with Johnson over halfway. Gives it to Kitchen, trailing by 2-1, down to 10 men as well, York City. Josh Stone sent off for 2 yellow cards, the second one very, very soft. And a massive meal made out of it by Bush. Kitchen manages to get a cross in, and he gets a corner kick for York City.
Good play by Mark Kitchen down that left-hand side. Beat his man. He's won the team a corner. And this is, you're kind of thinking City, these set pieces are going to be really important. So where we can maybe grab a goal
First
from.
corner of the second half in front of the massed ranks of York City supporters.
Yeah. Alex Newby, last man back with Abdul Malik.
Matty's over the corner.
Look at Banks on the edge of the box. He's absolute acres. There's no one near him.
Apart from the referee's blocking off.
Can Dan Batty find him? Oh, referee, get out of the way.
And it comes to the 6-yard box. One at the near post by Bournemouth. As far as Banks, he sends it to the right-hand side. Fagan Walcott will keep it in play near the corner flag and try and win another corner, and he does.
It's good. Do you know, I think Ollie Banks is lining up then, and the form he's in, he just have a pop. He's just tried to bring it down, and that change of mind ended up losing the ball.
Banks will come across this near side. Hewitt is getting ready to come on here for York City. A fifth and final change that will be.
Surprise me. A little bit of pace to try and hit these lot on the break.
Batty outswinger this time. And it comes now.
It's a decent.
He's the first man. Bush is able to head clear again. Abdul Malik was a late equalising goal for York City here the last time they were here, with Adam Crooks getting it in a 1-1 draw. It generally, well, it always finishes in a draw this game. I think City would take that now. Garrett's even having got his own fans for not throwing the ball back quickly.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, his mate told the lad with the ball to keep it. So they don't know what
now Garrett's giving him the thumbs up. Ridiculous. 1801 is the attendance.
81. Welcome to the 81 fans from Boreham Wood.
And they're saying 860 off from York.
It's nice.
Come on, let's have the real attendance, everybody.
It's nice the City fans are clapping the Boreham Wood contingent. The 81.
Oh, the referee's given Boreham Wood a free kick now on the edge of the York City penalty area on this left-hand side. Rush was caught in the middle of the sandwich there. A Batty and I think it was Fagan Walcott sandwich. It just seems like every game you're moaning about referees. Everyone's moaning about referees.
Yeah. And you know, the managers don't help. The players don't. You know, the players are all trying to cheat the referee. You know, for 90 minutes long they're trying to cheat him. I'm not saying we're angels, but you know, tonight certainly it feels like the referee has been conned a little bit with the Josh Jones one. For me, I might be wrong.
Brunt and Booty are both over it. Two-man ball set up by York City. Now Newby walks away, leaves Batty by himself. Left-hand side of the penalty area, swung in by Booty into the box, and it's coming on the back is the third goal. Free header, 3 set pieces, 3 goals, and that will be York City's long undefeated record done. And the man who scored the goal is now lying on the floor and is needing treatment. It's a flush in the face. That's who it is, now being dragged up. The referee signalled there for the trainer to come on. He hasn't come on. Not even sure who it is who's got that third goal coming in round the back. Is it Marshall Miranda, the midfielder on the far side of the field that got that? But they lead by 3-1 to Boreham Wood. City's, don't see City now coming back from this one, Ian Dunn.
No. We've been caught out with 3 set pieces, and you know, when you're down to 10 men to letting a goal from a set piece is probably, that's going to be the biggest disappointment, because in open play you get it if you get being overcrowded, overloaded, but from a set piece there's enough players out there to mark the man, and I think the header was too easy. I don't think it was a real challenge. We didn't lay a glove on him in the challenge.
Yes, the centre-back O'Connell that's been credited with the goal. So City 3-1 down to 10 men. Poor second half. Banks takes the ball forward and then can't find Fagan Walcott on this right hand side, and the York City fans are heading for the exits here to our right. They think it's all done for this evening, and the National League promotion race is back in the hands of Rochdale.
There'll be dips all along for both teams still, and this is maybe York's. Not over yet, mind.
Abdul Malik. Hewitt stripped and ready to come on. Referee, get out the way. He's got in the way there of Fagan Walcott and set up the break for Boreham Wood to the edge of the area. Rush takes on the shot, hits Williams, cleared by Fagan Walcott. So the referee just completely blocked off Malachi Fagan Walcott there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're up against. We've got 10 men.
Hewitt's coming on for Pearce here. Is that a suggestion that City are giving this one up?
Potentially. It's also a different style of play that we've had on the pitch tonight. It'll be direct, launch the ball and see if he can chase on to the end of something.
Ollie Pearce. Number 17, Craig Hewitt.
Ollie Pearce takes a swipe at a jacket down there in the dugout. Throw in then to Boreham Wood on this near side. Back it goes to Newton. And he throws himself to ground under pressure from Banks, and the referee again gives the free kick. Big smile on the face of Luke Garrett.
It was a smug smile, that. I'm sorry, but it was. It's alright when you 3-1 up to look like that. Wasn't looking like that at 1-0 down.
No. It's a free kick then on this left hand side. Luke Garrett's coming over across to have a word with the fourth official. Is he only saying 4 or 5 minutes here? They've run into the box here. Brunt all the way across goal. He goes 5 minutes. He's having a laugh.
How many subs have there been?
Well, City have made 5. They've made 2. So there's been 7 subs plus the long delay after the third goal
And the Stones.
and the down here. The Stones sending off, and he's put 5 minutes up.
Wow.
Shocking referee.
No.
The basics again that they just cannot get right.
They're not giving us much of a chance. No, miracles tonight might be in short supply.
Sent forward by Boreham Wood, just playing for possession in injury time. Down the right hand side, Brunt. Kitchen nods clear. Newby. Hewitt. And that goes into touch for a Boreham Wood throw. 3-1 the home team lead. And it's into touch on the far side of the ground. And they go back to the goalkeeper Kurd, who, to be fair, hasn't been put under enough pressure in this second half.
No, but we've
Probably in the last hour of the game.
Yeah,
After he looked shaky to start with.
but particularly with Stones going off, has really blunted our attack.
Mail clears. Onto the head of Bush.
But Bush has done well tonight.
Boateng.
Not particularly pretty, but he's played well.
To the left hand side to Newby. He'll come across the face of the penalty area, takes on the shot, loops off the defender onto the roof of the net, York City corner.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was certainly throw the cat amongst the pigeons for City to score now, wouldn't it? 4 minutes left. Forever hopeful.
Batty gets ready to take the corner. And it comes now into the middle, headed away by Bush. 3-2! Drilled across goal again by Ollie Banks. Great finish.
There we go. Still 4 minutes left yet.
There should be a lot more. Well, there's about 3, but
Yeah.
there should be a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's 3-2.
It's never over till the fat lady sings.
Certainly not
Can you
what
say
a finish that
anymore?
was from Banks. Can you say that anymore? Brackley have got a goal back at Rochdale as well. They trailed by 3 goals to 2.
Come on, City. Don't give up. Well, they're not going to give up. They're not that kind of team. They've given themselves a glimmer. There's a glimmer.
Oh, what a volley that is from Ollie Banks back across goal into the far
cracker.
corner. Now on the left-hand side, Kitchen will pick it up. He's been backed into a corner here, and it goes into touch for a York City throw-in. 3-2 then.
Can we get that ball
Should still
forward?
be at least 3 minutes.
Can we get that ball forward? There's
The 10 men
never
of
know.
York City.
Another chance in here in this match if City can get it up there.
Cleared. Downfield. Bournemouth are going to make another change. Let's try and slow it down. It's going to be picked up
Now then.
in the middle of the park by Williams. Long ball downfield. It's overhit though. Goalkeeper's going to come out of his area. Him and Bush go for the same ball, and they've just about got away with it. Bush has done well. He took charge in the end, and he clears over the head of Fagan Walcott, but only as far as Williams. Batty. Back it'll go once more to Williams. He'll use his goalkeeper Harrison Mail, and he'll clear first time. Downfield. Looking for Craig Hewitt. Again, the ball bounces.
Now then, go
The
on!
break is on from City here. Oh, he's pulled down. He's Newby in the centre of the field by Cox. He could be off for a second yellow. Is it his first?
Is it his first?
No, it's his first. The yellow card is shown to Cox. It is his first. Getting excited. Free kick to York City. But it is a chance for them to put a lot of men forward into the box. Harrison Mail again is in the centre circle and looking over here as if to say, am I allowed, Gaffer?
Wow. Hey, come on. One more chance.
Rochdale have won 3-2.
You wouldn't put it past this team, this York City side. Who's taking this? Surely get your big boys up there. Malachi's telling Batty where to put the ball. Win the seconds. If you win that first ball, make sure you're on to the seconds.
They line up across the edge of the penalty area. Batty dinks it into the box.
Not bad.
Flicked on by Fagan Walcott. Just can't direct it on goal. It's an inches wide. Inches wide from Fagan Walcott with the goalkeeper possibly beaten.
That's so close. Lovely ball in from Batty. Fagan Walcott told him where to put it. So unlucky for York City there. That could have so easily been 3-3. Boreham Wood taking as long as they possibly can now with these substitutes.
White and Claydon are coming on. White is coming on for Brunt. And the other change is going to be Claydon for Abdul Malik.
Is there something left? Can this... Yeah, the referee was very tight with the times. Remember, he had on a couple of minutes at the end of the first half, though. It's a minimum of 5 minutes.
19, and we're welcome back to Tom White.
Give us 90 seconds, ref. Give us 90 seconds, see what City can do.
We're into the final 5 seconds.
Am I being too hopeful?
There should be at least another minute.
Yeah?
At least.
Yeah.
Not more. 2 minutes.
Let's get that
I don't think there will be. City 3-2 down. Goalkeeper clears. Onto the head of Boateng. Cleared to Booty, only as far as Batty. Batty with an up and under looking for Banks. Headed clear by the home team and going to be picked up by Booty on this left-hand side. And he just goes for territory and plays it into the York right-back position. Williams will have to run after it. And the Bournemouth man runs straight into the back of Zach Johnson and then stays on the ground. He's tried looking for that. The referee's not going to buy it on this occasion.
My word.
Across to the far side it goes. Boateng, final attack of this game. York City trailing by 3-2. Welcome to This on DEB. Nice ball forward to Fagan Walcott. He blocks the attempted clearance as well, does Fagan Walcott. Into the middle it goes, and they do clear it, Boreham Wood. We've played 50 extra seconds here. Picked up by the striker Rush, who's told to go to the corner flag. The referee blows the full-time whistle. York City's winning run is over. Their unbeaten run is over. Luke Garrard, big hugs with his backroom staff down there beneath us. Boreham Wood win by 3-2. Overall, they possibly deserved the win, but there were extenuating circumstances, Ian Dunn.
Yeah, I don't think we got anything tonight from the referee. A little bits. The 50-50s seem to all go Boreham Wood for me. I think Josh Stones is very unlucky to be sent off. I might be wrong. I need to see those again. They looked worse than they actually were, in my opinion. City played really well in that first half. They never gave up, David, but Boreham Wood just had that little bit of extra creativity in set pieces, and that's what's undone City tonight. The set pieces have come to Boreham Wood's aid.
Yeah, 1-0 up at half-time thanks to Ollie Pearce's opening goal. Then 3 salvos from 3 set pieces. That'll really disappoint Stuart Maynard. Richardson, Cox and O'Connell getting the goal. City pulling one back from Ollie Banks with a lovely volley deep into injury time. But it was too little, too late. They can't get the late equalising goal this time that would have rescued a point. It finishes here at Meadow Park. Boreham Wood 3, York City 2, with Stuart Maynard not happy with the referee and making himself known to the referee in the centre of the pitch, Pete.
Win some fun on BBC Radio York. This March, we're giving you the chance to win tickets to some of the biggest live shows of 2026. You could be dancing to Nile Rodgers and Chic, singing along with Anastasia,
And I wonder if you know how it really feels to be left outside alone.
or heading back to the 80s with Rick Astley. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show every Monday for your chance to win. Win some fun on BBC Radio York.
Getting you closer to your club and every game live.
BBC Radio York Sport.
BBC Radio York Sport, Pete Spencer taking you through full time from the studio. We'll be back to get some reaction, hopefully, from York City manager Stuart Maynard shortly, but it finished down there in Hertfordshire. Boreham Wood 3, York City 2. Stuart Maynard's side suffering their first defeat since the 1st of October against Scunthorpe United, and that unbeaten away record finally falls. Ollie Pearce with the opening goal after 6 minutes, and it was all going so good before former City loanee Lewis Richardson scored against his old side. Josh Stones was then sent off in the 61st minute for a second yellow card, so we'll miss Saturday's match against Eastleigh. And then 2 goals from set pieces from Cameron Cox and Charlie Connell. City did get a consolation goal back through Ollie Banks late in stoppage time, but with Rochdale beating Brackley by 2-1, they go back to the top of the National League and move 2 points clear of York City. What about Scarborough Athletic then? Scarborough Athletic against Hereford. Let's get a full-time report from Queensgate Stadium from James Fletcher.
Well, it's finished as we started here, Pete. 0-0 between Scarborough Athletic and Hereford, and not too many chances, I have to say. Harry Green in the 24th minute had a 20-yard effort which was saved well by Theo Richardson, diving down to his left-hand side. Hereford's best chance probably came in the opening minute when they capitalised on Scarborough's first attack, breaking away, and George Mundy shooting across the box, but away only for a goal kick. 13 minutes into the game, Jake Hull coming off with an injury on his right leg. Looked like the calf after stretching for that Monday chance. And in terms of injuries, it's making Scarborough Athletic look very light again. Not too many chances in the second half either. as George Mundy once again was at the centre of things for Hereford, forcing the best save of the night from Ryan Whitley 8 yards out. Waldron and Allen tried to connect down the right-hand side. Eventually, Allen and Green were hooked from either wing after some very good marking from Hereford. That was probably the standout of tonight, given just 10 days ago these two played. Hereford have done their homework defensively and completely nullified Scarborough Athletics' threat. The playoff picture looks still very, very tight. Kidderminster winning against Alfreton, though, means they break away in 4th place for now. There will be many of twists and turns along the way. The big plus point tonight, Alex Wiles came back on the pitch, got 20 minutes and looks better for it, I have to say. Full time here from Queensgate as we started, 0-0.
Thank you very much, James Fletcher, there at Queensgate Stadium. We'll hopefully get some reaction from Jonathan Greening. If we can't get it on air before 10 o'clock, we will endeavour to put it on BBC Sounds as soon as possible here on BBC Radio York Sport. Let's go through some of the full-time scores, though, from around the leagues. Just waiting for my page to update, and we'll bring you the latest scores. 4 games this evening in the Premier League finished: AFC Bournemouth 0, Brentford 0, Everton 2, Burnley 0, Leeds United 0, Sunderland 1. Still playing at the moment between Wolves and Liverpool. That was an 8 o'clock kickoff, and it's just in the 77th minute at the moment. In the FA Cup 4th round, Port Vale 0, Bristol City 0. That's into extra time, having finished goalless after 90 minutes. That's in the 97th minute at the moment as things stand. I'll bring you through the international scores in a moment. Skipping ahead to the Championship, Ipswich Town 1, Hull City 0. 3 games this evening in League One finished: Barnsley 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1, Exeter City 1, Burton Albion 1, and Rotherham United 0, Mansfield Town 0. Into League 2 then, Bromley 0, Oldham 0, Chesterfield 3, Colchester 0, Grimsby 3, Salford City 1, Newport County 3, Tranmere Rovers 1. So that makes it really interesting at the bottom of the League 2 table, involving Harrogate Town. We'll bring you a look at the table in a moment. Walsall 0, Fleetwood 1 is also now a full-time score. Scores then in the National League, as we've been hearing on FM and BBC Sounds: Bournemouth 3, York City 2, Boston United 2, Woking 2. Another goal for Tom Curzons in that one, the former Harrogate Town striker. He now has 6 goals in his last 5 games for Boreham Wood. Hartlepool United 0, Sutton United 2, Rochdale 3, Brackley Town 2. Southend United 1, Truro City 1, Wilston 2, Morecambe 3, and Yeovil Town 2, Tamworth 0. So let's just have a quick look at how things finished at the moment in the National League North, involving Scarborough Athletic. It finished AFC Telford 1, Leamington 2. Big result that for Leamington at the bottom of the table. Darlington 1, Macclesfield 2. Kidderminster 1, Alfreton Town 0. Scarborough 0, Hereford 0, as we were hearing. And South Shields 2, AFC Fylde 1. So South Shields at the top of the National League North on 77 points. AFC Fylde on 75. So a big win for those two sides as things stand. Let's have a look at what the National League picture looks like at the moment, and it is Rochdale on top with 85 points, York City second on 83, 2 points behind, Carlisle in third on 71 points. Next game for Carlisle is against playoff rivals Southend. Boreham Wood on 67 points. Then it's Forest Green in 5th on 62 points. Into 6th, Scunthorpe on 61 points. And then Southend on 53, rounding off the playoff picture. I did say we'd just have a quick look at what the results at the bottom of the table meant. The new win for Newport County. So that now means that Harrogate Town are now bottom of League 2 on 27 points. They're next in action on Saturday against MK Dons. Level on points, though, with Barrow in 23rd. They next play Cheltenham, so that's a big game at the bottom of the table for Barrow. So Newport County, with that 3-1 victory over Tranmere, move out of the relegation places on 28 points. They're level on points with Crawley above them on 21 points. Crawley next face Swindon, going well towards the top of League 2, and then it is Bristol Rovers on 31 points. Bristol Rovers next in action against Crewe. So you could argue that result for or that defeat for Tranmere drags them back slightly into the playoff picture. They're now on 35 points, and Barrow and Harrogate, as I mentioned, on 27 points. Let's have a look at some of your text and tweets and emails as things stand. We're still waiting to hear from the York City manager, Stuart Maynard. As soon as he arrives, if we can bring that interview to you before 10 o'clock, we will do. Simo gets in touch. He says, weak officials tonight were totally conned. We need to appeal Stones' second yellow, as he was nowhere near making contact after all the robust tackles that Boreham Wood have put in as well. This texter, do put your messages on your text, or you have actually. Rich Barnes from New Earswick in York gets in touch, says, great commentary as always. Are we getting a bad run of refereeing decisions as we have done the last few games? I'll put that point to David Ward and to Ian Dunn shortly. And one more text for now. This one comes in for Will. Not looking to be negative, but I don't see the title being a reality anymore, sadly. We have been truly incredible this season, but it's too far now. Rochdale, 5 points clear, and 2 even if we beat them on the final day. I don't see them losing to anybody but us for the rest of the season. We've got to suck it up and go for the playoffs. That's what Will says. Well, Will, at the moment, obviously, the gap, I know that Rochdale have that game in hand, but at the moment, only 2 points clear. But as you mentioned, points on the board count for more than obviously those games in hand. Let's bring back into the conversation David Ward and Ian Dunn, still down there at Meadow Park, as we wait to hear from the York City manager, Stuart Maynard. Just 5 minutes or so of the programme left, David, so it looks unlikely like we may well speak to him before we go off air at 10 o'clock. But just looking at the playoff picture there, Will saying that for him it looks like it's now gone and it's playoffs. Is that a defeatist way to look at tonight?
Yeah, I think it's too early to say that. Rochdale will not win every game apart from the last game of the season. I truly believe that they will drop points as well somewhere down the line. So yeah, listen, we're all disappointed that York City have lost a game, that they've dropped points here tonight, especially when they're going at half-time a goal to the good. But to say it's all over, I think that's emotion speaking more than anything else, Ian.
Oh yeah, come on, yeah. Listen, this team has done wonders. You know, when is the last defeat? Months ago. You know, it's been a fantastic effort from them to get to where they've got to. And it has proven in the last few weeks. Rochdale have dropped points, 3 draws in as many games. That can happen again. We can go on another run. There's lots and lots to play for this season. This is by far from over.
Other thing I would say as well as those correspondence, the messages you've just been reading out, Pete. You can't overturn yellow cards. You can't appeal yellow cards. So Josh Stones' just 1 match suspension will most definitely take place, and he won't be available for Eastleigh at the weekend.
What do you think changes-wise Stuart Maynard will do to compensate that? Because Stones and Pearce have been such a force and such a combination since obviously he found that way of them playing together.
Well, you know what? That is the million-dollar question. What will he do without Josh Stones at the weekend? Will they try even harder to bring somebody in this week, knowing that they will have one chance to impress and one chance only, and probably in a similar way to Josh Stones last season when Ollie Pearce had that 1 match suspension after being sent off for 2 yellow cards, and Josh Stones comes in, gets the hat-trick, but then still knows the following week he's probably not going to play, which is what happened.
Yeah.
Will they do that? Or will... listen, I can't see him starting Craig Hewitt, so I don't think that's a goer. Do they push Ollie Pearce further forward and maybe play Joe Gray and Ollie Banks, move Gray across the left-hand side and play Banks? Or do they play Newby across on the left-hand side, keep Brooks at left wing-back, play Newby on that inside left, play Pearce up front, and Gray or Banks on the right-hand side? I imagine it'll probably be Banks, actually, that will start on Saturday against Eastleigh. I think that's probably the way they will go, irrespective of whether they manage to bring somebody in this week.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this is, this was the question. Now we've found a way of playing Pearce and Stones in the same team. What do we do if one of them is unavailable? And we're going to find out on Saturday, but there's lots of attacking options for Stuart Maynard. You just mentioned them all, David, so I can't add to them, but you're spot on. The options there for Stuart are good ones. They are good, but we will miss Josh Stones.
We will. It's now just about how they bounce back. How will this side bounce back? Over the last 2 years, whenever they've suffered a defeat, I think they've always bounced back. I have no doubt they will bounce back. And on paper, it's the perfect game. Eastleigh at home, a side struggling, just changed their manager, have got a temporary manager in place at the minute. York City will be big favourites, and I expect them to win on Saturday against Eastleigh.
Yeah, I agree with you, David. They've got a big match, big chance to come back. They know this has been a tough old week this week. They've done well. now they start again on Saturday and hopefully go on another run.
There we go, Pete. We'll get Stuart Maynard too. We'll put it up on our social media feed at BBC York Sport as soon as we've got him across to us and we've edited that interview.
Thank you very much to David. Thank you very much to Ian Dunn there at Meadow Park. So that's as far as we go this evening here on BBC Radio York Sport. It's finished a frustrating night down there in Hertfordshire. Boreham Wood 3, York City 2. Stuart Maynard's side suffered their first defeat since the 1st of October against Scunthorpe United. Seems a long time ago now, and that unbeaten away record finally falls as well. Ollie Pearce opened the scoring on 6 minutes before former City loanee Lewis Richardson scored against his old side, coming back to haunt his former side. Josh Stones was then sent off in the 61st minute, controversially, for a second yellow card, so he'll miss Saturday's match against Eastleigh. 2 goals from set pieces from Cameron Cox and Charlie Cornell, giving Boreham Wood the advantage, and then a consolation goal from Ollie Banks, his second goal in as many games. But Rochdale beating Brackley by 3-2, so now go top of the National League table and 2 points clear of City with a game in hand. Not a great night for Scarborough Athletic as well. They pick up a point in that goalless draw with Hereford. They remain 8th in the National League North. Next up on Friday night, York Knights are in Super League action at home against Warrington Wolves. Can they make it 3 wins out of 4 at the start of their Super League season? Myself, Andy Atkinson, Mark Barlow on commentary from the LNER Community Stadium on Friday night. That will be on all frequencies and online via BBC Sounds. Then on Saturday, Harrogate Town travel to 3rd place MK Dons in League 2. York City are at home to Eastleigh, looking to bounce back from tonight's defeat, and Scarborough Athletic travel to Oxford City. James Fletcher and former Scarborough goalkeeper Tony Elliott are our commentary team for that one. But The Late Show is next with Becky Want.
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
play BBC Radio York,
and on your radio.
The sounds of North Yorkshire is
BBC Radio York.
At 10 o'clock with the BBC News, I'm Lindsay Alder. President Trump has said the UK was very, very uncooperative during the US and Israeli military strikes on Iran. Sir Keir Starmer initially ruled out any British involvement, but later agreed that American warplanes could use British bases to attack missile stores and launchers in Iran. Mr. Trump said the Prime Minister was no Winston Churchill. Our political correspondent Ben Wright says the comments are proof of a fractured relationship between London and Washington.
I thought it was interesting how President Trump delivered those remarks. I mean, they were planned, I thought. That wasn't really off the cuff. He wanted to say that and make an unfavourable comparison with Winston Churchill. Will they have been surprising to people in Downing Street? Perhaps not, but it still is a pretty brutal sort of drive by the US president.
British Airways has scheduled a flight to get passengers stranded in the Middle East to London. Those who can make it to Muscat in Oman will be flown back on Thursday. There's going to be a government-organised repatriation flight from there too. A handful of commercial flights are already bringing Brits back to the UK. Charlotte Nicklin was visiting a friend in Dubai and landed today.
I feel so relieved. Honestly, I feel so pleased. I said I need to just have a chill and probably won't go on a flight for a while. Just have a little bit of a break. Yeah, I'm really pleased to be back.
Elsewhere today, a man in his 20s has died after a stabbing outside a primary school. It happened in Birmingham earlier today, with a woman also hurt. A 32-year-old man has been arrested. A jury's been told a former police officer accused of misconduct in a public office sent inappropriate selfies from a murder scene. Ryan Connolly is accused of sending pictures, which also included people he encountered on duty who were vulnerable or drunk, on WhatsApp whilst working for the Merseyside Force. He says he took all the photos for proper policing purposes. His trial continues. An air ambulance charity has received £20,000 from a railway enthusiast who was airlifted to hospital after being hit by his own train. Richard Perriam was enjoying his large-scale model railway at his home in Warwickshire in 2011 when it veered off the track and fell on top of him. After being treated by the air ambulance, he's left them a gift in his will. And a sinkhole at a golf course has led to a discovery of a wine cellar that's more than a century old. Davyholme Park Golf Club in Greater Manchester believes it was part of a manor house that once stood on what is now the 13th hole. Deputy Head Greenkeeper Steve Hopkins helped find it.
As we dug deeper, the chasm underneath just opened up. And we then noticed a slight brick structure climbed into the hole that we'd dug with a torch and looked into this, obviously this wine cellar that has been buried for, we think, 100 years plus.
Well, you can find more stories like this on the BBC News website or app. You're up to date. It is 3 minutes past.